Wow! Oh my god, please. 250 when? Probably like next year. Probably. Probably next year. Broken shaft, that's what I am. Fuck. Fuck. Tree what? Tree house? It's the Nintendo Live presentation. You're more lovelier than I am, Ryan. I am less than half the lovely that you are. You're gonna compete with the Twitch meta shift? Yep. And by tomorrow, I mean in like 3 hours. It's already started. Yeah, it's already over. Everyone's already streaming, yeah. Oh my god, please. Let me through the portal. How are they still drilling at fucking... It's 9 PM. Frick. Yikes. Fuck. You're joking. Please. Fuck. Fuck, why'd I do that? No. You got the blackmail? Nice. Make sure you ask for everything. Good, good. You guys did well. Yes. Yes. My precious. No way. The fucking magic guard. You asked her to work on her soundboard, and did she? What about your soundboard, Chrissy? You working on your soundboard? Or is your soundboard complete? Wait, that one's really good. Oh my god, Chrissy, why? Why did you join this shithole? No, Chrissy! Don't look around, it's awful in here. No, Chrissy, no. It's awful in here. That's good. All right. Uh-oh. Fuck. Finally.
Hello and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom launch event here from the Nintendo New York City store. It feels so good to say that. I'm your host, Camille Salazar-Hadaway, and that is right. We are counting down the moments till the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom finally reaches your hands and you could jump back into Hyrule with Link. Now, as I mentioned, Link's here. Yeah, you can see him. Look at him. Doesn't he look so cool? Look at that statue. All the detail. It's just so
Never played any
exciting
games?
to talk to some fans, to also just hop into the game, but also see Times Square because Link's in 2 places at once. That is right. If you're a gamer,
Holy shit.
you happen to be watching the stream from Times Square, well, guess who's watching you? That's right. Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are definitely doing that because, of course, we are here to celebrate the highly anticipated game. And tonight, we're going to be showing you some great gameplay coming out from
This is
the
going to be
Nintendo
one of the
Treehouse
best
team
games
tonight.
of the
Now,
entire
with that
decade.
happening, I do want to say that tonight's segments will not include story spoilers, but instead, we'll show you how to play through Tears of the Kingdom in some unique ways that you haven't seen before.
They're stealing my move.
So there's lots of cool stuff that you're going to see. And you know what? We're going to throw in some surprises along the way as well. Now, with that said, let's get started with our first look at the game tonight with the Nintendo Treehouse team diving deeper into some of the new abilities Link has in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Hello, and thank you
Hello.
for joining us for Nintendo Treehouse Live.
Pre-recorded. They're like, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this live.
Gameplay from The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. We're not going to talk too much
Not a
story today. We're
streamer.
gonna leave that for you to discover. Instead, we're going to focus on some of the new elements of this game and specifically how the new abilities will change the way you experience and explore the world of Hyrule. So, Kendra, can you get us started and tell us about what we're looking at?
Yeah,
Kendra.
so we are here on the Great
sick
Sky
name.
Island, and as the name implies, we are up very, very high. Jose is doing super cool Zelda crouch. Well, not Zelda Link, obviously, but anyway, back on track. As you may notice, Link's right arm is looking a little bit different today. We're not going to get into the why, but we do just want to state the obvious. His arm looks very different, and actually, his arm directly correlates to the abilities that Sam was mentioning just a little bit ago. So we're going to get into that, but yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Sam, why don't we show folks the ability wheel real quick?
Yeah. So if you hold the L button down here, you've got this new radial menu, and this is how you'll select the abilities. Anuma-san introduced these abilities in a video a couple of weeks ago. But really briefly, over to the right, we have Ultra Hand. This allows you to items in the environment to make contraptions. You have Fuse at the bottom. That allows you to attach materials to weapons, shields, and arrows. You have Recall, which will allow you to rewind an object's movement. And then finally, up at the top, you have Ascend, which will allow you to pass through material above you and emerge on top of it. Now, I know that was a really brief description, but don't worry too much about that because we're going to be showing all of that stuff today.
Yeah. So I've got an adventure planned for you guys, and first, we're just going to do a little scouting. Pro tip for anyone who's played Breath of the Wild, or if you're coming to this game for the first time, is always try to scout from up above, and you'll see here, you know, from the slightly elevated position, we can see that we have
No, Chrissy, no.
soldier constructs. So I'm going to just drop a pin there, and you'll see that on my map. I left a pin there to come back to, just for myself, just so I can sort of make my way here. But first, during the opening, I don't know if folks noticed, but there's a little island over here. Oh, let's pick up.
Yes, please.
I was going to
Collect
say,
everything.
you've been running by a lot of stuff, and it's been bugging me.
Well, it's partly because some of the stuff in my inventory you're not really going to have when you get to this point in the game. But we're going to talk about that. But we have
first,
a friend in need.
Yes,
Yeah.
a friend in need. Oh my goodness. And we gotta wonder how this little creature, which is a Korok, obviously, got here with this giant pack.
Got here.
because
How's he
it doesn't
carrying
make
that
sense,
shit?
But we're going to help them out.
Yeah, so traveling with their friend and got separated. We can see the camera will show us where that friend is, that green plume of smoke over in the distance.
It's a Korok.
And this is a little puzzle that we're going to solve here on the Great Sky Island. As a quick bit of
It's a
setup.
forest
Sorry, real
spirit.
quick.
What?
The Korok said it was too tired, and that's why it can't move.
See this backpack?
Yeah. I mean, look,
The rocking.
I can't blame.
Yeah.
You know, I play video games the same way.
I
Just
drank
collect
too much.
everything
I have to
until I
pee,
can't
but I don't
move.
want to miss
Oh, yeah,
anything.
Totally. So you'll see here that we've got some parts already kind of set up for us. We're going to use
Very
Ultra Hand.
conveniently.
Very conveniently, and we're going to use Ultra Hand. So a quick primer on Ultra Hand is that it works a little bit like Magnesis in that you can pick up objects, but something that's new now is that you can actually rotate objects as well. And it doesn't have to be an object made of metal, which was the limitation in Breath of the Wild. That is completely not a thing in Tears of the Kingdom. And so we'll pick up this piece right here. And you're going to see, too, I'm going to actually come at it from this angle.
Right.
Pee in a
Here to see.
cup.
You can see that glue.
Yeah, the glue is really important because it'll show you where two pieces will snap together and you'll see the little glue sort of form. But don't fret. If you put something together and you're not too keen on how it looks, just shake the right stick and you'll
Or
be
how
able
it
to
functions, right?
Right.
That too. Because
Yeah, that's really important,
Like
yeah.
all of that stuff is really, really important. You're right. Okay, I'm going to chop down a tree, actually. This axe.
So right now you are building something to send the little Korok on their way over to their friend.
Oh, yeah, correct. Yeah, and I've put this Korok through a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's a
being
new
gentle
mechanic.
This time. Let's just move over here.
It's true.
Oh, yeah. No,
We've seen it.
Yeah, you don't want to know. But I'm going to quickly place this here and just see that it works. You should always test
You
out
would like
designs,
the Zelda. It's a
in my
puzzle
opinion,
game.
just to make sure. Yeah, it's
Or
nails.
just throw caution to the wind and,
Oh yeah, and
see
just
what
go
happens.
for it.
Deforestation,
Don't let it get too
yeah.
far.
Be
Yeah.
a
Niles
good
is gonna
opportunity
love
to set
this
up how
shit.
recall works. So here's recall.
Nice.
I'm able to basically reverse this object's momentum. And there are two things missing from this little raft, and it's myself and the Korok. And you can switch to Ultra Hand while the recall is happening. Pro tip, so don't feel that you have to necessarily stop recall in order to do that. We're going to fast...
Your
look at-
PC?
look at
It's
the
not on
flip.
PC.
Aw,
Oh, okay. The Korok has calmed down. Going to attach the Korok.
a little bit. Still,
Yeah.
Oh,
still
you can
sweating.
attach him. He doesn't
Still
just sit there, so he,
sweating
does,
kind of
so he
Drop
falls
this
off.
there, and
Clearly
we're gonna-
doesn't like being moved around with Ultra Hand.
Yeah, we're going to ride across.
Right through this cloud, too.
Yeah, it's a nice little vista. Nice little backdrop we have here.
So those materials were there on that side of the rail, and that's kind of a suggestion of how to solve that problem. But you could have done something completely different. Like it's very Ultra Hand is very open-ended that way.
Yes, yeah. And on some puzzles, you'll
Yeah,
really
spice
see like
switch.
opportunities to really flex
I
your
like your
creative
advice.
muscles
Yeah.
and do something that maybe didn't work for someone else, or something that they didn't think of, which is really neat.
Right.
Oh, yay.
Reunited
You
at
did it,
last.
you did it.
And we got 2 Korok seeds for that.
Yes,
Hooray.
the
Shit,
Korok
you get
seeds
two?
still in the game. They still
You should
smell
just
funny.
get one.
We'll leave.
In case anyone was wondering.
Right.
What's in the text? So clearly we want people to think about what they smell like. All right, so I could use my little raft on a hook to cross this, but why not go in style?
Oh,
that's so cool.
Nice. Oh my
What?
goodness.
Yeah, we saw this very briefly, shield surfing on a rail. We saw that very briefly in an earlier trailer, but the cut was so quick that I didn't realize what I was looking at. And then when you showed me that you could do it, my
couldn't
mind
do
was
that
blown.
back
Oh,
then.
yeah?
I do want to point out we just used the glider. We used the glider earlier as well. So that
Oh,
is
scope.
returning. That's a returning element. And you'll see some things, obviously, that are returning from Breath of the Wild and a ton of new things. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Also, the pin that you put in the chest earlier as well.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, we should probably mention that like the Great Sky Island also is it's sort
is
of like the
pre-recorded,
Great
yeah.
Plateau from Breath of the Wild, in that this is where you'll learn your abilities.
Korok
You'll come to
Frog.
this area very early in the game, but you'll see some of the items that we have are actually we've gotten later in the game. So we've come back to the Great Sky Island here.
Yeah. We're
So,
pretty well equipped.
We're setting up to talk to you about Fuse.
Yay.
And this is me with Fuse activated running around a piece of material that I want to fuse.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh, we're under attack. All right. So, night has descended, so let's just quickly get rid of this piece. Normally I wouldn't fight with a weapon that is not fused in some way, and actually you can do that, and if you do, you may notice I did that earlier with like a rusty broadsword, which is not in a great shape. But Kendra, what do you think? Why don't we set up for folks just how fuse sort of works?
Yeah, so Jose has the rusty broadsword. It's not in very good shape right now, but the super awesome thing, I mean, there are many awesome things about fuse, but one of the super awesome things is that you can take a weapon that's about to be destroyed when you use it, and once you fuse it, it actually lengthens its lifespan. So it's just a really nice thing that you can work with, aside from the fact that you can be attacked by this guy, and
We're being attacked.
yeah, and also as you see, the Korok frond that's now attached to the sword is creating a gust of wind.
Yep.
So you can play with
to
combining
save
different
money,
elements
definitely.
and see what they do.
So I want to take my time with this fight for a second, and even though you should prepare before a battle, I'm just going to quickly improvise here. I'm going to drop a piece of amber. I'm going to drop 2 pieces of amber, and then I'm going to switch over to a wooden stick, and I've got a shield that has nothing on it. So I'm just going to.
I love how patient this enemy is while
yeah,
you're
while
just
I'm
like
doing all this preparation.
having
Right.
like craft time over here.
Yeah, so check out my shield right now. So I've got a piece of amber attached to it, but one thing that's cool is that the button that functions to parry can also now attack as well.
That's amazing.
For offense and
Oh,
defense.
nice.
You can also perfect parry, which was totally planned. I'm not even going to pretend that I did that by accident.
So now you're dual wielding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so by fusing certain materials to your shield, you can even fuse weapons to your shield. You can essentially, dual wield, like you say. You can have 2 attacks, one with the weapon in your hand and one with your shield.
Yeah, check out my weapon too right here, right? Like,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, when you attach some weapons, right, like you get sort of a slightly more ridiculous look where it's
Right.
Korok
I don't know
frond
what you're talking about, Jose. That
and,
was cool.
and
Yeah.
a rusty broadsword. But in the other example, you'll see that it's a bit more of a clean fuse, and it looks pretty neat.
Right, yeah, it's created
that's
like a
gorgeous.
blade-like weapon. It isn't just simply a piece of amber stuck on the end of
Probably
a sword.
speed running.
Okay,
It really
so,
did
I'm just
become
gonna pick up
naked
that
and
stone
afraid.
Are we
axe
heading to that
here.
camp? Because
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
go back to
Yeah,
that
show
camp
that
right
camp.
now.
let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice, you got a piece of opal.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
score.
very
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah. So if you look at my mini map right now, you'll see that that pin is now somewhere up there, and we can't really. I mean, we could climb this. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can still use Breath of the Wild thinking to approach this game, but why not try something a little out of the ordinary? So we're going to talk about Zonai devices. Now, these are devices that can be found out in the world in 2 ways. One
spring.
of them is you'll find them sort of thrown out as part of a
You just carry
just a
these
stash
things?
of things, and the other are these Zonai capsules that you'll see here. I'm going to take one device out. I have a spring. I'm actually going to take out a fan too. Why not?
So you're applying
Okay.
Tears of the Kingdom
Oh.
logic here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Tears of the Kingdom logic means that devices can be used to do all bunch of
Genius.
stuff. You may remember this fan from Mr. Aonuma's video, and you'll see that it'll take me up a little bit of a height, and that's great. I put out 2 fans. That was kind of a waste.
And it's depleting your battery at the moment.
Oh yeah.
So you
That's
have,
right.
Yeah, you have
So
a
the-
battery. Go for it, Sam.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the Zonai devices run off of your energy cell.
Yeah. So you'll see that this Zonai device springs rather violently.
Oh, shit.
That's some serious business. But what's cool about this thing is that it can also give you serious height.
That's
Wow.
significant.
Look at that.
Yeah,
that's
that really is.
Yeah, like why climb? Like you
Right.
have other ways to do things now. So
Well, if you
really-
don't want to leave it behind, right, then you
yeah,
can climb.
no,
but
that is true. Yeah,
And
you're not
just
in short supply on those.
hitting the
I wonder how
Zonai devices
often
one more
you can
time.
find these things around.
Those are the capsule forms are Zonai devices that you can carry around with you in your inventory, which is awesome because that enables you to pull them out in like a time of need or use them in ultra hand constructions.
Oh yeah. So we have our material selections here, and I'm able to sort it in a couple of different ways. I'm going to quickly sort over to where I can drop some Zonai devices because we're not done. We're going to drop this spring here, and I'm actually going to show you that these aren't just devices that function in the world, but they can also be fused. I'm gonna fuse it to my shield.
Yes,
You'll
you
see
are.
that it's a much more convenient size than sort of the
It's
large
magic.
version.
Zonai
I like how
magic.
Jack
Don't-
and
Yeah.
the boss.
Don't worry
the
about
first
it. Don't
thing
think
he
too
did.
hard.
Don't
Yeah.
think about it too hard. All right, I'm going to equip another rusty broadsword, and this time I'm going to ask for participation. Name something on this bar that you want me to fuse.
2 to the left there.
Oh, right here.
Oh yeah, let's
the
do a rush room.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. So we're going to drop it,
Cheating
then
people.
fuse, and you'll see we have sort of our mushroom.
You are looking really cool right now.
Yeah.
this
And you're
is
ready for
definitely
battle.
All right, let's get
Yeah.
into this camp.
Okay.
Get in
do it.
there to battle.
Yar!
with
Alright.
your spring and your mushroom sword.
Guess what the spring does? Oh!
Yes.
Beautiful.
Genius.
Yeah,
Just beautiful.
wonderful. Just push it back. And then our rushroom will also
Oh,
Oh.
goodbye.
has kind of a springy effect to it, which is really neat.
Yeah, mushrooms, when fused to weapons, they give you like a bouncy effect. Which,
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
shit!
Wow.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
it's thematically consistent with what
It's
you're
been
doing with your
real.
shield, right?
Oh my
like,
gosh.
100%.
just bounce them all
So
over
if you
the place.
basically don't want to battle, you can approach things as Jose just did.
Right.
But you also don't get the materials from that, so my approach
Yeah.
is a little chaotic.
Sure,
We
sure.
have one more sentry up there, and
Yeah, this game's great.
for
Lets you
this
just
one, actually, I'll do
approach
something a
the
little
entire
different.
game
Except
basically
they're
how
looking
you
for his
want it
friends.
to.
Yeah, we've been talking about fuse,
Unlike traditional.
and you can not just fuse materials to weapons and to shields, you can also fuse them to arrows. And Mr. Aonuma has already kind of shown in his video that if you fuse a Keese eyeball, you know, it'll sort of find its target even if you sort of aim in the general direction.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want to show you something new. So,
Wait, let's fire. Like, can you fire a normal arrow first?
oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's fire
see.
a normal
So
arrow
if I
so we can
wanted
see.
to hit this enemy, I'm actually
You
going
have to
move
get
up a little
like
bit.
a lot
Chaos,
closer.
Christine.
A lot
You're
closer.
chaos.
I could hit him, but
Yeah.
Okay.
you can see there that
Close.
I'd have to arc it, and there's all this sort of like, you know, it's been done, but why not do it a little simpler?
Nice
Wow.
shot.
Critical
That
hit,
was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good.
Perfect.
And now
So
the
much
chest is
faster.
open, but we're not
And
going to
has, like,
open this
less
chest because we want to
arrow
leave some
drop.
secrets for folks at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but when you fused that key swing to the arrow, it gave it. It extended the distance that the arrow flew,
yeah.
so you didn't need to arc it as much.
Well, and that's not all. Check this out. If I take this key swing and I fuse it to this two-handed weapon, and I throw it,
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
or that one.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
awesome.
Pretty neat.
Way out there in the water.
Yeah. I also just threw away a two-handed weapon.
Well-
But
Yeah.
Roddy.
right.
We'll
was-
find
it was
another
for a
one.
good
Don't-
cause. It
we'll
was for a good
find another
cause.
one. Don't worry
Absolutely.
about it.
Cool. Okay, so we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
some choo-choos.
Yep. So for this one, I'm going to use a precious stone, and just quickly, why don't you guys talk about the elemental properties?
Yeah.
here
Okay.
associated?
So this is new for Tears of the Kingdom. Is that the precious stones in Breath of the Wild? You could use them to sell for rupees, or you could use them to upgrade your equipment, right?
Oh, it
Yeah.
But
turns it
that was
into
about all you
yellow
would
jelly?
use them for.
Yellow
Whereas
choo-choo
here in
jelly?
Tears of the Kingdom, now they all have
Even
their
though
own
they're blue?
elemental properties.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, Jose just used an elemental property that works really well against these water-type enemies.
Yep.
So it just took them out in one hit. Not that choo-choos are particularly strong, but you know.
No, not at all.
And they also, it turned their choo-choo jelly turned into, yes, the
Yellow.
yellow choo-choo jelly. So-
Right.
So you can also
Oh,
throw
wait.
materials by hand. You
Can
can
we-
throw this one.
I could
Yes.
throw
Let's
it?
show. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so hand holding an item and throwing it is new for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
And you can also do that with the precious ores.
Yeah.
And the area of effect on these, can we? Yeah. Let's show real quick.
All right. I would take cover if you ever throw one of these because
Yeah. Stand
Holy
back. Look at
pretty-
that.
it's pretty massive.
Jose's just over here causing
gem is not
forest
supposed to
fires.
do
No
that.
big deal.
Sorry.
Chopping down
sorry.
trees.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you got some elevation before you toss that,
Oh, yeah,
because like
no.
if you just toss it on the
Where's
same plane, you're
Mal's?
9 times out of
Where's
10
Mally?
you're gonna injure yourself.
I got injured as well. Saw
Yeah.
a few game over screens. I've
Chopping
got
down
practice.
trees again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm
Okay,
chopping
but
down
there's a
trees
reason.
with a purpose. Yeah,
Sure.
that's
There's a
right.
reason this time.
Yeah. Let's show folks. Right here, our next objective is I would like to
Chrissy,
cross
it'd be a
this
crime
little
to play
stream
this
here.
without playing
But
Breath
if
of the
we look
Wild
at
first or
nice
any
dive.
other Zelda
Look
game.
at our stamina wheel. I can't swim that.
Yeah.
Probably not going to go
Or
very
could you?
well. Or could you?
Let's just experiment.
Yeah, so you'll notice that we have some sails here, and we had some trees that were already chopped down, but I added to the mess.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to get one more. Ooh, another.
So the game is like soft suggesting to you maybe that you could build a boat here
Oh, yeah.
to get across.
Yeah, and so we're going to use Ultra Hand, and we're going to build a boat. I got to say, I could spend hours doing this.
Yeah,
In fact, I kind of have.
Yeah.
Arson.
Just by virtue of, like, really being curious about what's possible and what I could do.
Oh, I just remembered one of the things I wanted to mention is that this leads into really nicely is in this game there are many different ways to solve the puzzles, and I found that to be true in Breath of the Wild as well. But I feel like in Tears of the Kingdom, there's even more of that with these new abilities. And I personally am really excited to see what people out in the world are going to create, what abominations. Like, what abomination is Jose
Or what
creating?
amazing things, yeah.
Yeah, an amazing thing. I mean, abominations can be amazing, too.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
can. Yeah, no, it's true. I like to take a not
This isn't-
not typical approach.
This isn't looking much like a boat, Jose.
It's not yet. Give me a minute. There's a vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe.
I believe in you.
Yeah. I've made a lot of boats in my time, and this is a design that stood out to me as something that I wanted to quickly
Jose
do.
always has something up his sleeve. Like, every time he's building something, it looks different than the last time, and we don't really know what it's going to be.
Exactly.
This is one of the things I love
This looks
about
like a-
Ultra Hand, though, is that like it's this perfect confluence of raw imagination,
He's gonna put the top?
questionable
He's gonna put the-
engineering, and then like
He's gonna put it at the
and
front?
then curiosity, right? Because like there's this
That's
sense
not
of
how sales
anticipation
work.
when you've been building something and you're about to
Okay,
like
that one.
activate it for the first time
Oh.
and see whether or not it's gonna work.
See, that's a boat.
That
okay.
kind of
okay.
looks like a tribute.
I'll take your word for it.
I just want
Little
to see if it will
bit.
float.
Will it float?
I recommend this being a general approach of all buildings.
It's
barely
leaning a
floating.
little
All right,
bit.
Hey,
yeah.
but it floats.
But
All
it
right.
does. You're
This-
right.
the,
You're right.
Yeah.
the maiden voyage of the SS Apologies in Advance.
All right, we got to dress this up though. We're not
Yeah, let's
done.
make it cool.
All
Let's
right,
make it
so
cool
2
looking.
flame emitters. Let's see. Let's put 2 fans on it. Oh, we got rockets. Okay.
You're gonna make it stylish.
What?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dress this one up. So I'm
they
not
just
done.
stack so
There's a
neatly in
vision,
front of
I
you.
swear. Just believe in me. And you do.
What?
Yes.
But I really do.
Total
Though.
and complete faith.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
seems like a great spot. Let's just go for it. See what happens.
But to Sam's point earlier, and something that I was trying to get across as well, is don't be afraid to like test ideas before you kind of throw yourself head first into things, because you kind of want to have at least some inkling of if it's going to actually work or not. And in fact, I've made boats that have tipped over. I have made boats that were weighted too far on one side.
I've seen some of the boats you've made, Jose.
they're pretty. Each one was special in its own way.
I don't know though. I kind of like not
Holy
testing things
shit.
and just going for
Going.
it.
Yeah, and that's an approach. No,
It is
fully.
an approach.
Yeah, for sure. I tend to be more cautious, even though I take a lot of chances on these.
I love this thing.
Yeah, but we're going for a really like Viking sort of.
Yes, I was gonna say it's got.
Look here,
it's
very
got-
metal.
It's very metal. Are you gonna add something to the front though?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, I
what do
feel
we
like
wanna
it
put up
needs
front?
it.
All right, let's see
Probably
what we
another
got.
flame emitter.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
You know,
we got one more
like-
device. Why not?
We're talking about Viking ship. Let's make it
Yeah.
even more of that.
Would you like it pointing outwards? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's.
Also,
go-
just considering the
yeah.
fact that there's so much wood and there's
look
gonna
at
be
Oh
a lot
no,
of
that
fire.
looks great. That looks great.
Oh,
Well, it's a
beautiful.
little off center, but
No. It's perfect.
No,
Jose,
perfect,
it's
perfect.
Fine. Cool. All right. Let's try the SS apologies. for this.
apologies in advance.
Yeah. See how this goes.
All right, and you're getting on there.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm on
Oh,
it.
boy.
All right.
Cool.
Do you have an axe selected? Yeah.
I do. I'm gonna switch off. I wouldn't recommend hitting something with an axe that's made of wood, just 'cause
Right.
sometimes you can break
You'll
it.
destroy
Oh,
the.
you would recommend attaching.
I mean,
a bunch
it's
of things
kind of
that emit
working.
Fire.
Yeah. Oh
on
yeah.
something
Always.
made of wood.
It's
always.
kind of working
It
on its
is.
own, right? The sails are doing
But
some
let's just
work.
make it look a little better.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Oh,
And
and it's on fire.
Yeah,
Perfect.
all right.
Oh.
Wait, and why not? Just to see what happens.
What?
Wait, you're
We're
gonna
going
reverse
backwards.
the whole
Oh
thing?
yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, it didn't work.
Oh my gosh.
And that's broken.
All right.
Wow.
Wait, that is
You
sick.
made it. You solved
Failed
the puzzle.
success.
I
Definitely.
was
Yeah.
not expecting
Failed on it.
Yeah.
that at all.
All right. Well, that's all the time
can't
we
believe
have for this segment. Thank you so much
it
for joining
activated
us.
all
But
of
stay
them.
tuned. There's more coming up. Bye.
Bye, thank you. Chat, say bye. Even though it's pre-recorded.
Well, it's only fair that the Treehouse team gets to fuse a lot of things, so I decided to fuse myself to the cement on the streets and also be joined with Nate. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Chris
I
said it's
am doing
pre-recorded.
really well. How
Fuck
does it
these
feel
guys.
to be here in New York City?
This is
No one
pretty
cares.
much
I'm
the
gonna go
perfect night
pee.
in
No
New
one
York
cares that
City.
you're in
It's
New York.
perfect
Someone
weather,
gay,
perfect
please.
vibe, and the energy in this place is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fans are having a good time, highly anticipating The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Nintendo fused a bus to celebrate. Look at that. That's a creation I'm going to try to recreate in the game. right?
Absolutely. I'm not sure they have video screens to fuse the vehicles, but hey, I haven't finished the game yet.
We have to figure it out. Now, one thing is that you started your career at Nintendo with a special game that I love, and that's special to this franchise, Ocarina of Time. How does it feel coming from that game now to see Tears of the Kingdom releasing?
It's wild. It's a wild ride, certainly, and certainly not something that I expected to do professionally, but it has been absolutely amazing as both a fan and somebody working on the games to see each time that the team continues to surprise us with new stuff. You wouldn't think it was possible. It's like every time you're like, oh my God, it can't possibly top this. Yeah. And then they do. And this game is no different. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
What would you say is your favorite ability that we've seen so far?
That is actually very difficult to say. I'm going to go with Fuse, even though it's like a tight horse race for all of them. And that's only because I constantly shift between wanting to make things that look really, really cool.
You pre-downloaded? Yeah,
really,
it's
really
ready.
ridiculous.
It's literally ready to go.
I want to use them both in equal measure. So yeah, I'm going to go with Fuse.
All right, we're gonna go with Fuse.
What were they
and
talking
you
about?
know
Who is this guy, by the way?
I
Who is
think
this
I
guy?
want to hear some of the fans and their excitement.
Is he a dev?
Right? I think we see some people in cosplay. I got a little cosplay going
No,
on myself.
no,
I'm
no, no,
channeling
no, no.
Princess Zelda with my hair. So I think it's only fair that we do see some of the fans and potentially.
Chrissy, I'm surprised you don't
maybe, I
have
don't know, give them some
a
stuff.
Switch.
They've been waiting
What?
for a very long time for this.
I
Wait,
totally
is that a
agree. I think
van
that
for
when
it?
when the
Is that a
time is right,
bus?
we're going to want to maybe wander
That's a
back through
bus.
this line. I was actually trying to get a vibe on how far back that goes, and I'm not actually sure. It's dark out
Chrissy,
here.
I'm surprised you
Yeah,
don't have
I don't know how far
Switch, because
it
that means
goes.
that you
Kind of
don't
like the
play
game
Animal
Tears of the Kingdom.
Crossing.
I don't know how far we could go in that game. I feel like it keeps going. But do we have something
I do know that,
to
but I don't wanna
potentially
do
give
that.
some fans
We do.
today?
Actually, somebody gave me this earlier, and I wanted to take a quick look at it.
Oh, okay. Let's
It's in
take a
my back
look.
pocket, but this is a lovely scarf that we have here.
Wait, that's actually
This is the
sick.
Alien logo. And actually, I have to say, this is one of my, I have loved every logo that has been on Zelda from the beginning. This is one of my favorites. You can see the decayed Master Sword there.
Dude,
This is
that
absolutely
decayed
beautiful,
Master
so-
Sword is sick.
I mean, can we talk about that? I know we've seen so many great images. I know. I was like,
Yoink.
can I take it? I
Fucking
know, but we've seen so
bitch.
many great
I'm just
images
kidding.
of the Master Sword, but it's the first time with Tears of the Kingdom we're seeing it really decayed and broken like that. And I feel
That's
like
crazy.
we're going to need to gather all of our strength to get it back to what it should be.
I know, that's the beauty of this game. And we don't obviously want to spoil too much of it, but very
don't.
early on, you are tasked with exactly that. You see that,
God,
basically
what
a
happened?
great calamity has befallen the land and has befallen the Master Sword. And over the course of a very, very long game, you are going to be doing everything in your power to restore it to its former glory and honestly restore the land to its former glory.
All right, well, let's restore this land with our fans to its full glory because it's already glorious. Let's go and I think we go and give some fans some
Dude,
things,
it's
right?
huge. This game's huge. This is
Now,
going to be
with this game,
one of
fans
the
are gonna
best
be
games
able
of the
to
decade, for sure.
recreate or create new things actually that they're just going to be thinking on the fly. But I think right now we should just give them some scars.
We want to hand
People have
some of
literally
these-
been
some of these
waiting for
scars
this
out to
game
our
for,
fans
like,
and things. So let's do it. You guys
for
want to follow us
years,
along?
literal years.
Yeah, I think we should get some help from the Nintendo team. I'm actually going to
yeah, let's go.
grab a couple myself.
Whoa.
Who wants some scarves? Yeah.
Why am I not there?
Yes,
What am I
let's
doing
go.
here?
Here we go. Now we have a lot of fans here who are holding their fandom with pride. You're seeing the shirts. You're also seeing the Triforce. You're seeing all of the excitement for The Legend of Zelda. Who loves The Legend of Zelda? Tears of the Kingdom. Who's excited? Yes, we love it. We love to see all of it. I have to give another one out. Yeah, I got to give another one out. All right, here we go. Love the shirts. Love the shirts. Also, we are matching.
Oh, I know. Yes, exactly. I didn't realize before we were getting on camera they were wearing the same thing.
Well, I'm happy it happened. I actually sent you a text earlier, and I was like, hey, Nate, we got a match for this. Everyone.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, I don't know if you can tell because we have these giant Klieg lights on us, but these things glow in the dark, so.
What?
I did not know that. Okay, well, I'm going to go figure
want one
out
of
how
those
to see
shirts.
this glow in the dark. Well, I think we should actually see some gameplay as well, so let's
Yes,
get to
please.
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome back to Nintendo
Thank you.
Treehouse Live. My name is Kay and I'm here with Gabriel and Billy. We're going to take another look
Is this also
at
pre-recorded?
The
This is definitely
Legend of
also
Zelda
pre-recorded. Yeah, it
Tears of
is.
the
It literally
Kingdom.
says it right there.
Billy, where are we at and where are we going?
We are at the Great Sky Island, and we have a long trek ahead of us. We are going to try to get over to this shrine here. One of the things that I love that they brought back from Breath of the Wild is being able to tag different elements that you see in the environment, and then they appear on your map, so we always know where we're trying to go. But as you
Dude,
can see, we've
seriously,
only
the
got
face,
4 hearts. We're a
the
little
face on
early
that
in
one
the
guy.
game,
He was
so
like, "Where's
we've got
mine?"
a little bit lower level weapons.
They should have one for everyone. That's
And-
bullshit. I'd be so pissed.
and
If
we've
I
already
had
got
an
a
event
friend
like that,
here.
I would make sure everyone gets one.
He wants to play.
Yeah, that wants to hang out. And so I'm going to quickly fuse this log.
Wow, that is
It's a big boy.
Two-handed weapon. So,
great. Take a sword.
and goodbye.
Oh, okay. All right.
Amazing.
I thought you were going to send him on a little flight.
I was trying to. But we'll do that. Try to do that to some other
Poor
baddies
schmuck.
a little bit later.
Sky
Grab a
shroom.
mushroom right there. Oh, looks like a couple other soldiers over there. Ooh, and Choo Choo.
Oh yeah, they fight
Get
each other for
distracted.
some
Looks
reason.
like they want to have a chat with each other. And I think it's time to, make an entrance.
Just announce yourself.
Starting
with
with
an
a bang,
explosion.
you know. How else would you do it?
Truly.
One thing I did notice is the settings for controls are not what I needed
Oh,
for
no.
for buttons. So I am one of those people that I'm an enabler, and I like swapping the jump button. So
Oh, my goodness.
let's pick up some
Things
here.
just explode.
Don't worry about
I
it.
love that Billy just created
Just
chaos.
making an
by-
impression. Let's grab a few things.
That was a very quick way to take care of those enemies. And I think that you also were able to create some red choo-choo jelly from that, too.
I think so. Yeah.
So it was really, really great. And red choo-choo jelly is actually one of the best things to fuse onto arrows because they basically turn it into fire arrows.
Sweet.
So
So
they're very valuable.
looks like this soldier has a board fused.
Holy shit.
So I want to match.
Log bat.
How convenient there are boards just laying around waiting for you.
So when you attach
Oh,
a board to
shit.
a weapon, you have the power of wind, and so you can also hit
also
enemies, but they're really, really useful for crowd control.
I was gonna say also the power of smacking.
Wow.
This one
That's a
out
really
here.
powerful gust of wind.
He just did a backflip into the water. You
Thick
do have to be
stick.
careful because, as you can see, that is
They're a
wood.
little flammable.
So
A little flammable, and it's pretty...
yeah, let's cool off in the water here. Oh, fish. I like
Fish. Did you just say fish? What's wrong with this guy?
There we go.
Is that how you pronounce it,
Bit of
Chrissy?
Arowana.
Or Geo? Huh? You say fish? Ancient arowana.
Nice little.
Is that like
swim. Um,
that sounds
I think you should use some
Like
of those horns
radiation.
that you picked up, too.
eh,
I
fish.
think that's a good idea because I would like to also have the ability to use my sword. So I'm going to hop into here. Let's see. Let's take this construct horn and hold it. And then we're going to drop it. And then I'm going to switch over to. Let's just use this broadsword.
That'll be fun. Nice.
And that's got a little oomph on it. So I haven't taken any damage yet, but I do know.
Somehow.
My skill level.
Vicious.
So, and I do like to cook, so I am going to grab a couple items here.
What are you gonna make for us?
Yeah, let's grab
Oh, the
some of the
arowana.
fish that we got
Yeah.
and some steak,
Nice.
little surf and turf,
Please season
and
that. Thank you.
my mom always told me to use salt,
Good, good, good.
and we'll cook.
Looks delicious.
What a nice meal.
Delicious.
Well balanced.
Yum.
Sure.
So I'll grab some of these things too. And I do also want to beef up my shield here. Oh,
Oh,
so that was an ignore to
that's
use
not
that
exactly
rock
what you
here.
had in mind, was it?
So we'll just do that.
There are 2 different rock types that you can fuse. One of them is more of a bludgeoning type, and one of them's a sharper edge type.
And so
Yeah.
now that I've got a one-handed weapon, it makes it so I can also use my shield that has
Yeah.
the rock on it.
That gives it a bit more durability.
Listen,
which
that-
is nice.
Right.
That's also
blue
one of my favorite
sea.
shields because I'm not
Oh.
great at defense, but like turning your shield into an offensive weapon, into a weapon, 10 out of 10.
One of the nice things about caves is oftentimes you're going to find keys, and keys eyeballs
the hell is that?
are super helpful,
Yes.
especially if you can at times have bad aim.
Or if you're fighting a moving target.
Yes.
There we go.
One of my favorite additions. Well, like the fuse ability is.
So that was a bubble
Huh?
frog, and they're new to this title.
Mhm.
They dropped something called Bubble Gem. Collect them all.
Collect them all.
See what happens.
So one of the things that I did see when we got in here is this rock wall here, and rock walls aren't totally new to the Legend of Zelda franchise, and oftentimes you could just use a bomb to get in there, but
Bomb flowers are a limited resource.
yeah, you don't want to, I like using, as you guys are well aware, I do like using bombs and arrows a lot. So I want to save those, but by fusing this rock and
Oh shit.
the
was great.
sword, we get back here. And this is something that I love doing in the game. Every time I see a rock wall, I want to get back there because you'll get helpful resources like rubies, amber that you can use to fuse to items, but you can also sell them to make serious bank.
That's a big draw for me of the caves that you can find. They're very fun to explore because they're full of these new materials and ore deposits and keys and
Speaking
sometimes
Valuable resource.
sometimes treasure
They
too.
are hellos.
And the things hiding in caves and behind rock walls are always worth going after. So it's a good idea to make a point of exploring any cave you come across.
Absolutely.
So the shrine that we're trying to get to is up there. And so we still have some terrain to cover. This river right here is pretty long and pretty wide. And so I'm going to need a lot of stamina to get across it. And I know that we're this early on in the game that I just don't have it. If you did watch Mr. Aonuma's presentation, you saw that he used Ultra Hand to fuse
She's
these
been
3
working
logs together
all
with the fan
day,
to make a
and
raft.
she's going out.
I'm not a big fan of boats. I'll be totally honest with
Not
you.
a big fan.
So, thanks. So I want to find a couple different ways that we can try to traverse this river.
Nice.
And
What the hell is
so
that?
Ah, the floating Zonai platforms.
Zonite
So,
platforms. They have like energy.
Once you select Ultra Hand, everything that you can interact with turns orange, but the ones that you can actually grab that are close enough turn green. So I know I can grab this one, and I'm just going to manipulate carefully.
Carefully. Holy shit, that thing's huge.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So I'm going to put this here, and then
There so they can get on it.
there should be
Those platforms are great because they'll just maintain their altitude.
Those fans are just there. Can we
Fun hovering.
just...
I want to get away from the water.
Can we... Oh. Wait, that thing's
careful
falling
with
off
that.
Yeah,
of it.
that fan's not attached. It's gonna fall.
That's
It's gonna fall. Oh
No!
no. Well,
But that's the thing with Ultra Hand.
Can you
too,
just
I can
pocket those?
just grab it from the bottom of the water. Yeah, helpful. You
Sweet.
might want to stick it on the top
That
so it
is a
doesn't
good
fall off.
idea. I didn't do it. So
That's fine. You can get up there. Nice.
attach.
So if I'm
Wait,
getting
that's-
this right,
This-
oh,
Is it facing down?
But I want to get some verticality out of this thing.
I see. So you don't wanna build a regular ship. You wanna build a sky ship.
Oh, because it floats. Because it's
Listen, I respect that.
zonite charged
You know,
or
listen,
whatever.
Now, since that's too high for me to jump up and hop up there,
Oh, that's
I'm just gonna
genius.
use Ascend, and then switch over to Ultra Hand, grab the fan,
I see what you're doing here.
and manipulate this.
I love that, like, if you just look around at all the things you can interact with and manipulate with Ultra Hand, and really the sky's the limit with the types of things that you can build. Like, look at this. This is flying in style.
That's right.
This is how you cross a river.
Listen, personally, I would add maybe like 1 or 2 more fans, but like I respect the vision. It's cool.
Yeah, you have to be careful though. The more Zonai devices you add, the quicker it'll drain your energy cell. So
Exactly.
this early in the game, 1
Oh,
fan,
you
maybe
have
2
the
fans
energy
is
cell?
probably
That's
all you need.
So now I've crossed the
interesting.
river, but I want to try something else. So
It's
what
not
I'm going to
the
do is grab
device
this
or
fan
whatever.
off here.
You know, this might be the only way I cross
it.
the river ever.
It's
go back.
gonna
Be a little.
wait. What? Like
On this platform.
on this platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
It's so much more stylish than the logs.
It's like a nice, relaxing little trip.
Yeah, look at that.
I kept my clothes dry too.
True.
Oh, what were you saying?
Why are you swimming with that
All
rock?
right, let's see what else we can use to get over here. So, got okay. Let's see what we
Yeah,
can
if you
is
just
that
turn
like?
on Ultra Hand and just
You could
take a
talk
look.
to it?
Look at all
that.
of those things.
There's
Yeah.
so many options.
And like, what are you gonna do with a pot? You know,
let's grab this.
like you never know. You could do something really fun with one.
It's your
Yeah, I
story.
appreciate how much you have to play with.
Exactly. Think of the crazy things you can build with all this stuff.
Grab this fan here. I'm a fan of fans.
Fan of fans.
But not a fan of boats.
No.
This guy's funny. This guy's funny. I like this guy.
How about we're
He's a funny guy.
establishing Billy lore?
Billy Lore. Okay. And
Okay.
let's see how this goes.
Oh, sound effects are
Absolutely
so
have a
good.
plan here, and
Sound designs.
I'm really excited to see.
I have some thoughts.
Such a
I'm
big thing
curious
in
to see
games.
if I can actually. There we go. I want to do it as far there. Perfect. Okay.
That is
How does
precarious.
that make you feel? Okay.
It's very precarious. I
Just a
feel
tip.
like-
Just a tip of the sip of the lip of the
what
nip.
I'm gonna actually mix and match a couple abilities here. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna do is use Ultra Hand to lift that
Wow, look at the reach on
crate
It's really good reach.
as
That's
far as I
crazy.
can go,
that. Do not fall off the platform,
and now I'm gonna
or
bring
you will
back
drop it
here,
into the bottom of the river.
carefully place it here. Now
Okay.
Oh,
right.
wait,
I'm gonna
what?
use another one of Link's abilities.
No way.
This is recall. So I'm gonna recall where that crate was, and we're gonna see what we can do.
Wow. Okay, so now you're just traveling the path that you created using Ultra Hand, and giving yourself some height. Oh, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it?
Oh, it's gonna be so close.
Short. Oh.
I believe.
Wait, that's
Yeah, I think I got enough
genius.
I believe
stamina, so I am gonna make it
can make
across.
Yes.
that
Oh,
is
shit.
very,
good. That was really good.
very creative use of the materials you had on hand.
Yeah.
I especially like the idea of creating
That's
your
a
own
lot.
updraft
That's a
with
lot
the
of
fan.
information.
We should note, though, that the first time you're here on the Great Sky Island, you don't actually have the paraglider, so that solution won't work. Unless you come back and try to the advanced course of river crossing.
But
River
that's one of the
coursing
things
102.
I love
That
about
was
this
what
game
we're
is being
watching
able
now.
to find different creative ways and different options. I'm just going to ignore those choo-choos.
It's big boys.
Find different, ways that you want to accomplish objectives, whether that's in a shrine,
that
whether
rewind
you're
icon.
out in the world. It's just really it's fun to mix and match these things. If they work, they work. If they don't, just a lot of trial and error, and it's fun.
It is. It's great to ask yourself, like, can I do that? Will that actually work? And a lot of the times the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And it's actually a lot of fun.
So it looks
I
like
also
we've
just
got.
like the idea of like coming back with more resources and
Uh-oh.
trying different ways to get across
Right,
places.
right.
It's fun.
Okay, well, there is a captain construct down there, and we just saw it fuse something, or we're seeing it now.
Captain
A barrel?
A
construct?
barrel?
or not. His plans have been foiled. His buddy. Nope.
I am going to attach these 2 logs in here because they're throwing things at me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now
one
he's attempting to fuse again. Oh, he
pretty
made a
Is it a board?
guster, yeah.
Let's see what
Did you just shoot an arrow out of his left
What's your plan,
hand?
Billy?
The Billy way.
try really here.
The power of 5.
Oh no. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
What you going to do now?
That was absolute overkill.
You know, a little chaos never hurt anybody. Right?
Beautiful. I just
And we're just going to get out
love
of here.
seeing it all go up in flames.
Well,
We're going to leave
the
the
chest.
carts behind.
The chest!
valiant effort on behalf of the
Please!
constructs. Unfortunately, they were not prepared to fight Billy Berghammer.
No. So we're going to hop into this cave here, and I like roller coasters, so let's
love
just,
'em.
there we go.
I don't like roller coasters.
all about
Fun
this.
fact, Chad.
And
About me.
grab a fan. And
Wow.
Sweet.
Oh, I thought that
Oh,
you
this
did
is
it this
cool.
time, but it's actually a little bit off center, and that pains me in my soul.
don't
It's fine.
Don't
It's
give
fine.
me
It's
the
creative
business about
vision.
yes.
I support
Ooh,
it.
and a
I
very,
support
Oh,
it.
it's
very
dark.
Listen,
dark
it works.
cave.
That's all we need, I guess.
She said begrudgingly.
Giant bright bloom seed.
So when you're excuse me, when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to encounter caves that are extremely dark, and also, like as you saw, pitch
Mining
black.
construct.
And you've been seeing me picking up these bright bloom seeds as we've been going on. Now there are a number of ways that you can use bright bloom seeds to brighten up, literally, what you're trying to see.
There they are.
There we go. And so I'm going to drop one of these. So this is a simple way. Just grab it out of your inventory
Whack it.
and whack it.
Sweet.
Or
They're so cute.
you can also throw them.
That's much better.
Nice little.
I
That's
can't
one
ever
of my favorite
imagine
ways
doing
to do it
the
because it
first
doesn't
way.
expend any resources.
Yeah, I do like expending resources, as you can see. And so you can also attach one to an arrow and just
Ooh,
loft one
that's
into an
doable.
area, and it just brightens it up. Now that can
That's
be.
really handy if
I-
you're in
I
a
can't-
really big
I can't
open
believe
space
that.
that's dark.
Let's see what we got over here. Okay, so that wasn't that dark. So this is pretty light, but you never know what you're going to see on the other side. There could be treasure.
Oh, there's
there could
lava.
be really
Enemies?
scary
Something
things.
terrifying.
But just even
it's
attaching
beautiful.
one to the
Yeah.
the ceiling of where you're in.
Just improve your visibility overall.
It's
super
really-
useful.
It's really
Wait,
really.
I want to
helpful.
play.
So anytime you
Why
find
do I have
a
to wait
cave,
another hour and a
to
half?
recap, go in and take everything. Take all the bright bloom seeds and all the other stuff you can
Oh, these are
find.
the mining
Wow.
constructs.
absolutely.
I've been taking up. Speaking of taking, I've been taking up a lot of gameplay time. Gab, would you like to play?
I'm so ready.
There you go.
Let's go.
Let's get after it.
But first of all, I'm gonna. Wait.
Jump.
Yeah. Okay. No. First of all, I'm gonna right some wrongs here.
Monkers.
Not to call anyone out specifically, but yeah, I need that to not be like that.
You do you.
I think I want to use this cute little weapon that you
Cute little
that
Reaper.
you made. Yeah. So I see a railing here, so let's go ahead and create a
Go for
fun
another
little
ride.
yeah. But this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually take out a fan from a Zonite device capsule, and so these are
you
one-use
just collect capsules and pick
items.
out whatever,
The fan
or
isn't
are
one use,
they
but the
specific
capsules. Once you
capsules?
take out the item, you can't put it back in. But basically, it's a super handy way to just have just resources at hand.
Holy shit.
So you can create your fun vehicles or your shenanigans
Wow.
as you go. What a view, right?
I know.
Seriously.
You're gonna give Billy
It's-
vertigo.
Okay, so look down.
So look down.
No, but truly.
Wow, that sunset.
the. I love the Sky Islands and just like the view from above is
cool.
breathtaking. So okay, to kind of stay on task here, let me look at the map real quick because I'm someone who gets lost very easily, so I'm very happy for the pins. I guess we're going that way, but first
I wonder if
I
they
want to
go
show
down
off this fun little,
to the
fun little
surface and
gadget.
find
Yeah.
stuff.
So
and then make your
this
way
is
back
a
up.
Zonite device dispenser, and how it works is basically you can
Get
use
Or explore more
construct
of the Great
horns
Sky
or
Islands.
zonite charges to get zonite device capsules. So I just used 5 soldier construct horns, and let's see, we'll get some fun stuff out of it.
When you
Oh,
use
you get
horns,
5?
it's a 1-to-1 rate, so you'll get one
Oh, okay,
device
so
for every
they are
horn you dump in.
specific.
But if you use
Portable
zonite
pot.
charges, you
Oh,
get a
that's
little bit
genius.
more of an increased return on your investment.
Yeah, and you just toss
Wait,
them
you
in
can
like
put
you're
them back
cooking. Pretty simple to use, but super helpful. So as you saw, we got
Huh?
some fans,
Oh my
we got
goodness.
That's a
some
lot.
That is a lot.
some portable pots, and one of my personal favorites, some flame emitters.
Yeah.
Another cool thing is that once you discover these,
Wait,
you can
how did he
actually
do that?
look them up.
Did you just
in
throw
your map.
in
They'll be
the
marked
5 that
with
he
this
got?
symbol, and you'll be able to see exactly the kinds of device capsules that you can get
Because
from
why don't you
that
just
particular
keep throwing them in?
device dispenser.
And each dispenser has a different variety of devices available.
What did
so
he
it's
put in to
worth
get that many
trying to seek
back?
them out, and you can make return trips to them as needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we have to go the other way, but like, listen, I can't resist a Korok in need.
Oh,
You know,
he's so cute with his little backpack.
little backpack,
Little backpack. Yeah.
homie overpacked. Me
Portable
whenever I go
pot?
home.
No,
I-
it's good.
yeah. I
Okay,
agree.
so
Then you
let's
could
see what we
cook.
got to work with. I see.
In Breath of the
I-
Wild, you
listen,
literally
I'm
have to
a
like
fan of the roller
you have to,
coaster
like,
ride, so, like,
Well, and
teleport,
there's a rail
and
leading
warp
up to-
away
Let's-
to somewhere where you
says
memorize where a
friends,
pot is.
so,
and cook, and
let's
you
do
have to go
that.
back.
But you know, we just got a whole bunch of capsules. Like, let's
Okay.
more than one. Listen,
Ah! Nice catch.
it's fine.
That was insane.
What do you mean? It was totally planned.
Yeah. Great. I could not have done that any better.
And okay, this is my
Beautiful.
vision. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me put this here.
I mean, this is gonna be a fast roller
Gonna
coaster.
be.
Oh,
Excuse me.
you missed.
I was like. Did I miss again? Okay, hold on.
Third
There we
time.
go.
There we
Third
go.
time's the charm, indeed. Okay, and let's help our little friend. Listen, I want to give him the true
I mean,
roller coaster
You
experience.
should turn him so he's
like-
facing forward at least. I don't think you
that's
attached
a good
him either.
call.
Haven't you ever been on a roller coaster that went backwards?
Yeah,
You just don't know.
Attached.
Yeah. Is he attached?
I think so.
he's definitely
No,
not.
he's
Oh, maybe not.
Oh no!
It's fine. Listen.
Well, he's in the
it'll be
safety of the
great.
cart with you. You're fine.
It'll be
probably.
great. It'll be great. That was probably for the best.
It was a very safe, very gentle ride. A little fast, but you know.
I wanted it to go a little faster, but wait, hold on. Kind of.
There we go.
Okay, sir. You need to be out of this ride.
Oh
Right.
no!
I'm so sorry.
This poor Korok.
It's okay.
Sweating a little
It's
bit.
all. Listen, it's all good. It's. Those are.
Cheers.
Don't you just sweat when you're having so much fun? Like that's what's happening
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
Their backpack is
That's
full
why
of
I am
pillows,
never
so
sweaty.
it's totally fine.
No Koroks were harmed during this little
That's
trip. It
true,
was
but it's
fine.
still annoying to
Well,
have to go
Korok
back
sucks, too.
somewhere and then
Yes.
come back.
And actually, I'm gonna take I'm gonna go ahead and use this chance to like use recall to go back. Oh right, we crashed for.
It is nice that you can just follow exactly the path,
Mhm,
go backwards, and you can see the path before you commit too. So if you cast recall on something and then see, oh wait, no, that's not where I want to go, you can cancel it earlier.
yeah, absolutely. It's super helpful. I guess we're approaching some.
Oh yeah, the cold environment.
Yeah. Okay.
Some snowy mountaintops. So cold environments, if you played Breath of the Wild, you'll remember that the cold environments will cause you damage if you're not properly prepared for them.
Wow, that's cool.
And Gab, what are you doing to prepare for the
So,
cold environment?
so I just took out one of the portable pots that we got just to show it off. These are a one-time use, so it will poof out of existence once I cook on it. But I just feel like it's a really helpful addition because
Does it
you
only
won't
cook
always have
once?
access to pots wherever you are. But if you have these, you can make food on the go. So
On the
that's
go.
fun.
And it's worth noting that they will also work in the rain because their
Yes.
fire is protected. So they are very
Oh.
handy to keep on hand.
Okay, so I'm cooking. What are we feeling for this meal?
How about, chicken leg.
Okay, are we doing chicken?
Little
and
salt.
Yeah, we gotta spice it. Okay. I
Yeah.
think that'll be good. You know, if I hit.
Chicken wings.
I'm hungry.
That means you're doing your job right.
Nice.
Ooh, perfect. So
Right,
we'll.
pot
It's literally a
Weird.
one-time
Yeah.
use. Damn.
But now we can.
And now
go on our
we're-
way.
Going into the cave rather than going into the cold environment.
Listen, I can't resist a cave.
Who can?
You see, there is already potential here for discovery.
Well, and the caves are also a great place to get out of the elements too. So if you're in the middle of a cold environment and you go into a cave, you can warm up a little bit.
Sweet. Look at that ruby. Look at all these
Nice.
bright bloom seeds. Listen,
Crap.
What
caves
a
are
trove.
filled with resources, as we keep saying. Like they're definitely worth checking out. Actually, well, now that I'm here, since we got some rubies, let me just
Oh yeah.
don't mind me while I do a thing. I wanna...
Yeah, this is another great playstyle, preparing your weapons and
I like where
shields
you're
and
going
such
with
with fuse before you actually get into battle. It gives you a chance to be more thoughtful about what you're preparing and maybe experiment a little bit more when you're not in the heat of it.
I see a trend happening.
Don't mind the don't mind the listen. Does that not?
I mean, that's
No.
really cool.
It's really
Damn.
cool.
It's,
Thank you.
I mean,
It's my favorite kind of shield.
yeah, it's very handy.
And you know, we keep talking about exploring caves, but I'm over it. I got what I wanted, so like I'm gonna bounce.
Well, we'll leave the rest of the cave for the viewers at home
Yeah.
to discover on their own.
I just love using Ascend to just, you know, popping out in different areas. I do like to glance around
go
for a bit, make
back?
sure there's no
No surprises.
Bad
no
things.
surprises. It's a good chance
Yeah, and it
to,
is
to eat my meal.
Wands?
Yeah.
What wand?
It is
So-
worth noting that you could have backed out too if you had popped out in this environment and there was a baddie waiting for you. You could nope right out of there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So.
I just love that all these new abilities just give you a brand new way to interact with the environment and to
Shit,
play.
what is
right?
that?
I wanna look at that. Can I poke it?
No.
Can I
Nope.
Okay.
Stay on task.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
What the hell was that?
Fine.
We are taking
Mom.
the nice off-road route over
Listen,
here.
that's where the good stuff is. Like I haven't found anything yet, but I
mean, we're
always
s-
like taking those side roads and just to see.
We're still heading in the right general direction, so.
see what's up. Well, I guess you know,
Oh,
bad guys. That's what we
another
find.
captain construct.
I want to change to this,
Time to
but
show off
just
your,
in case. I want to see. Oh,
Oh,
look.
he's
What's he
using.
doing?
What's he got? Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
oh, he
Also
copied
embracing
you.
Oh, he's
the
dead, though.
Oh.
power of fire. No, they seem like they're having a lot of fun, but I want to kind of join in.
Is that the ice keys?
Oh.
Choo-choos.
Wow.
Oh,
Holy
You know,
shit.
he handled himself.
yeah, he did. He
Really
did not
well.
need my help, but also I want that thing that you have, sir.
Please
so
be
can
very
I...
careful.
Listen, I have the power of fire on my side.
Oh
what
my
could go
God.
wrong?
Whoa.
Was that not beautiful?
Well, you
That
made
was
very short work of that.
Very
thing.
nice.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just
Can I show?
show off your sword for a second?
Yes. Look,
Because
I turned it into a rod of
Wait, that's
beautiful.
sick.
Fireball. Wow.
like,
Fireballs?
fireball shooting.
that is everything I
weaponry.
want in a weapon,
I
right?
Yeah,
know,
that's
but
fun.
also,
And you still were able to just hit him over the head with it.
and he dropped this fun little thing. Hold
Oh,
on. I
boy.
need to embrace
Now
for
you
a
are ready.
moment the true power of fire. Yes.
I mean, that worked out really well, especially in a cold environment.
that was great.
That's great.
And now that you're clearly, very clearly set up for success, Kay, would you like to take over?
Sure.
You have the power of fire on your.
I appreciate that. And, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. And so I'm going to unequip the fire.
Kay said no.
Kay said, I don't trust myself with a weapon like that. So I'm actually going to create one of my favorite shields.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
thank
are.
you for the reminder. And I'm just going to
A meat shield.
make a meat shield. That's my favorite thing to do.
My question,
Meat
I have two
shield.
questions.
Yes.
One, is it useful? Two, is it delicious?
Yes and yes.
Dope. Okay. I support it.
I'm going to restock on some stuff in here. and I
Always take
think-
the bomb flowers.
Always.
Always
Hey.
take the bomb flowers. Also, always destroy the deposit.
Absolutely.
You never know what stuff you're going to find.
Also, can we talk about how beautiful this cave is? Right?
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Look at all the huge tree roots.
And the
I-
That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. This is my favorite one
Yeah. Yeah.
for the
very
roots
good.
and such. Let's go up and see what we have here. I think we're pretty close to our destination by now. Oh,
Fuck is
Hello.
that?
oh,
friend?
hello. Hello, friend.
friend, question mark.
I have some tasty meat for you. Do you like it?
It likes you. Maybe
Sure
a little
does.
too much.
Oh, okay, well, but it liked my hammer better
More
than
than your
my
shield, yeah.
That's okay. That one hurt, and it's distracted.
You didn't ask for dietary restrictions, Kay.
You're
so
right.
Clearly
Maybe
that's
it's a
on you.
vegetarian. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna just eat this surf and turf.
Yeah.
Heal up that damage because that was a lot. And yeah, we'll just take this Reaper out. That seems like it would be a good idea. All right. Well, that was a like, and they are not new to the series, but they're new to this title.
I really like that they're back. I appreciate it.
They are actually terrifying,
Yeah,
though.
Yeah.
actually.
Like, really, like, look how gross it is. Like, I do not want to come across one of these in the middle of a dark cave,
No,
let me tell you.
oh no.
Let me tell ya.
Andy.
This one seems like it's guarding a treasure chest, and
Ooh,
You want to go for it?
I do not. Because that
Fair.
is just an accident waiting to happen. So, see you later. I do not want to experience a like belly again. That was not fun. And we're coming out into the cold environment again. And I have about 2 minutes left on my cold resistance, but I don't like being on a timer, so I'm just going to
Fair.
put some warm sweats on. And now I'm good to go, even if that resistance wears off.
I assume you can find those around here somewhere, maybe?
Yep, I think so. You'll
You
have
think-
to take a look and see for yourself.
Fair.
Okay, oh, thank you for that.
Ooh, yeah. Pick up
Yeah.
all those choo-choo
The
jellies.
Gab is all about the fire, but I'm all about the ice.
Nice. Listen, we balance each other out.
All
And
right.
Billy's just about explosions, so...
Yeah, I can get behind that too. So we are trying to get up there. The shrine is right there, but this wall here is covered in ice, and it's a little slippery.
a little bit.
a little bit. I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to make that, especially not with the equipment I currently have. But we do have some trees over here, so I'm going to cut down a few trees and try to make something I can climb up. I don't have an axe. I have some sharp weapons, but I don't want to really ruin their durability. But I do have this stone shield that Billy made,
This wonderful...
and
What?
when in doubt, be a little creative and out of the box. Take that tree. Take that and that.
Just so
and one of
wacky.
those. And can I make it?
So
Oh. Well, I guess I'll just
But this is what I was saying, right? Like, you can turn shields into
axes.
weapons
Yeah.
and, like, useful, like, just tools.
Yeah,
It's
you
really helpful.
absolutely could. So there is another sharp rock down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and fuse it to my thick stick, and now I have a big axe.
Big boy axe.
Big axe. And I'm gonna cut down one more tree because I don't think 2 is gonna cut it. There we go.
Nice.
That was really nice. Okay, and then we are just gonna fuse these babies together. And I am kind of a perfectionist when it comes to building stuff, so it always takes me a really long time because I'm like, no, I want it to be perfect.
Billy and I, on the other hand, are like, oh, it's
That
on there, it worked.
Cool.
Okay, this is not quite right still. It's a little difficult to do this when the logs are rolling. There we go.
I thought you did pretty great,
Yeah.
considering it was moving.
And that's the thing I really love about Ultra Hand. It's really easy to quickly grab and manipulate items and put them together, or
Yeah.
make them do what you want them to do.
You know what? We are gonna.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
We're
That's
gonna go
great.
with it. We're
Yeah.
gonna go with it. This will give me a little bit of a boost, and I'm just gonna stick it right here, and hope it doesn't fall on me. I think we're good. I felt everyone cringe on this couch. We're fine, you guys. Look, we're fine. We're totally not gonna
The way I
fall
was
when I get
expecting
to
it
the
to topple
top
over.
of this. Hey,
We did it.
We did
Look
it.
at that.
We did it. That was a little precarious, but we managed to climb the wall using our makeshift ladder. And obviously, that's not the only solution. So please look forward to being able to test out a bunch of different things. So now with this beautiful vista here, we
Beautiful
are
music
at
coming
the
in.
shrine, and that's all the time we have for this segment. So thank you very much for tuning in. We've got a lot more in store for you. Sit tight, and we'll be back soon. See you later.
Now that we've seen some abilities, I think we've explored a lot on the Great Sky Island. I think I'd like to actually thank our guests for joining us. We have, on behalf of the entire Zelda development team, the director of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Hidemaru Fujibayashi. Thank you so much for joining us.
本当お越しいただいてありがとうございます。
Now you're coming all the way from Japan to New York City. How do you like New York?
日本からニューヨークに来てくださってニューヨークいかがでしょうか。
僕初めてニューヨークなんですね、今回が。でずっと日本からこの現場を動画とかでよく見てたんですけど、その本場に一度は行ってみたいと思ってて、今日夢が叶ってすごく喜んでます。嬉しいです。
So this is actually my first time in New York, and I've seen what New York is like from TV and movies and footage and whatnot. So I've been kind of dreaming about it. So it's great to actually finally be here. It's like a dream come true.
Now, one of the things New York is known for is New York steak. And Link likes to enjoy a little bit of steak as well in the game. So did you get to enjoy some?
ニューヨークといえばやはりニューヨークステーキが有名で、リンクもステーキを作るのが好きなんですが、ニューヨークステーキは召し上がれましたでしょうか。
そうなんですよね。もうリンクも好きなだけあって、僕もステーキは大好きで、せっかくニューヨークに来たからそのニューヨークステーキを昨日食べたんですよ。それも想像以上に大きくて太くて、分厚くて美味しくて、もうたくさん食べ過ぎてお腹いっぱいになりました。
Yeah, like Link, I also like steak, and we are here. So I went, I think it was last night, to get some New York steak, and it was way thicker, way bigger than I had imagined, and it really filled me up, and it was wonderful.
So no room for dessert.
デザートはちょっと入らなかったと。
デザートもまたでっかいシャーベットが出てきて、もうそれもお腹いっぱい食べました。美味しかったです。
Oh no, there was dessert, and we had this sorbet, and it was huge, and I ate it all. It was filling.
Oh, so your stamina bar is very high now.
じゃあスタミナ頑張りゲージもかなり満杯ってことですよね。
そうですね。もう今日も頑張っていけます。
Yep, I'm all good. I'm all set to go today.
Now, Fujibayashi-san, can you tell us a little bit about the other games in the franchise that you've worked on?
古作で携わったゲームに関して何か教えていただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。最近だと、前作のブレスオブザワイルド、そしてその前のスカイウォードソードなどが僕がディレクターさせていただいているゲームになりますね。
You know, in recent years, obviously it's the last game, Breath of the Wild, Legend of the Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and also Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword were two games that I were directors on.
Now, it must be exciting to see this come to Tears of the Kingdom. And as we saw in the Nintendo Treehouse Live segment, it seems that Breath of the Wild players will need to shift their thought from that game into Tears of the Kingdom. So what do you think is most important for players to adjust when going into Tears of the Kingdom?
今回の任天堂ツリーハウスライブを見ると、ブレスオブザワイルドのプレイヤーはティアーズをプレイするときに考え方をかなり変える必要があるようですが、今回プレイヤーが考え方を調整するにあたって何が一番大事だと思うでしょうか。
そうですね。前作ブレスオブザワイルドは、 遊ばれてたお客様がソーシャルメディアとかでよく、記憶を、ね、
Back from
一度
lunch.
消
All
し
is
て
for
もう一度、
lunch.
最初から遊びたいっていうようなコメントをよく僕は目にしてたんですけども、それをまさに Tears of the Kingdom では実現しているかなと思っています。ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドをプレイされた時と同じかそれ以上の、驚きや感動っていうものが用意されているはずですので、されてます。そしてまた、同じように
that sounds
謎解きやストーリーが一新されていますので、ぜ
Winter melon?
ひ、
I've never had
体験していただいて
winter melon.
遊ん
Let
で
alone
もらって
winter melon
また
soup.
あの感動を体験してもらいたいですね。
Is
You know, I
winter
remember
melon a
a couple of
savory
social media
fruit?
posts that were posted
English
by
breakfast
Breath of
tea,
the Wild
mate.
players, and they had mentioned that they wish they could clear out or reset their memories and play the game again. And that's exactly
that
what we
offensive,
want
Chrissy?
to
I hope so.
realize with the Tears of the Kingdom. We really built the game such that you can really
you guys
have the
grow
same
a bunch of
experience
shit,
that
right?
players have had when they first played Breath of the Wild, or perhaps even better. And with that, we've added an entirely new set of puzzles, an entirely new story that you can really put your teeth into. So I really,
Your teeth.
really implore everybody to kind of have a clean slate in terms of memory as they embark on their adventure.
Well, let's talk about the players for a little
Players.
bit. Because obviously, there's different elements of
Why
the
am I
game. So
laughing?
what
My
element
voice
would you
cracks all
say
the
the
time,
development
too.
team
I
is
like
most
that.
excited about seeing fans and players experience?
要素がいっぱいあって、開発チームが最も期待して、そしてプレイヤーがどのようにするかという点で最も興味がある要素っていうのは何でしょうか。
これまでのツリーハウスライブでもいろいろと、実演されていたんですけれども、お客様がリンクの新しい能力を使って、
You're playing
想像して
Pokemon?
もう僕たちが想像もしていなかったような武器とか乗り物っていうものを作られるんじゃないかなと思っていて、そういったユニークなものを見ることができるのをすごく楽しみにしています。
You know, as it was already demonstrated through the Treehouse Live segments, I think that with the use of Link's new abilities, people are going to be able to create weapons, vehicles that really go beyond the imagination of even us, the dev team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of unique creations come out of this.
All right, now, you've been working on Tears of the Kingdom for quite some time now. So how does it feel to finally be releasing the game? And does it feel like, to see the excitement of fans? So how does that feel?
今作の開発には何年も携わっていて、今やっとリリースに至って、そしてここのイベントに参加しているファンの盛り上がりを見て、今どのように感じていますでしょうか。
そうですね、もうその皆さんと同じように僕も今すごく興奮しています。たくさんのね今回のゲームには隠し要素とか謎解きが世界各地に散りばめて作ってありますので、そのハイラルの大地をゆっくりと探索して楽しんでもらいたいと思っています。
You know, simply put and honestly put, I'm just as excited. There's really countless hidden secrets and puzzles strewn across the world. So I'd really love it if you just take your time and really take all that the land of Hyrule has to offer you in this new adventure.
All right, well, you heard it right here. Take your time going on this new adventure. Ray, thank you so much for translating. Fujibayashi-san, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, I think it's time that we head into our next segment with the Nintendo Treehouse team.
Hello and welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Kendra and I'm up here with my friends Jose and Sam, and we are playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We are down spelunking in a cave at the moment, and we're going to talk a bit more about caves, but one thing I also want to say right out of the gate is that we're going to be introducing a brand new ability later on in the segment, so stick around. We have not shown it anywhere yet, and we're really pumped to show you, but let's get right into it, into this cave that we are exploring. So one thing about caves in this game is that they are far more expansive than they were in Breath of the Wild. So, Zelda games are all about exploration. They're all about just looking all over the place, looking for things to find. And previously in Breath of the Wild, we would explore above ground. In this game, we're going to explore above ground, we're going to explore up in the sky, and we're going to explore underground. So, Sam, you want to talk a little more about this super rad cave we're in?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
caves were obviously in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but they're much more prominent in Tears of the Kingdom. And part of the reason for that is because the world of Hyrule in Tears of the Kingdom has experienced an event called the Upheaval. And the Upheaval has changed the landscape in many ways. The castle has risen into the air, some sky islands have appeared, but it's also opened up and exposed all of these cave systems all over the place. And you can find entrances to these caves just running around exploring in a field. You might find an entrance, or climbing on a cliffside and you might find an entrance into one of these caves. And as you mentioned before, they're much more expansive than they were before. Like, you never know what you're going to find down in these caves, like a like.
Yeah. Super gross looking. And you've already found so much stuff just in the few minutes we've been in here.
You've done some mining. You've gotten some good ores.
We got to talk about, I'm like, we got to talk about the hood because, wow.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look. This is Ravio's hood, which is a returning item from the Breath of the Wild. You may remember that in Breath of the Wild, this was tied to the Champion's Ballad, and it was a treasure that you can find out in the world. I'm here to tell you, you can actually find this out in your adventures during Tears of the Kingdom, which is really cool.
You too can look this cool.
Oh yeah, and Ravio's a personal favorite character. But let's change up the fashion a little bit, and let's put on
you're looking
headdress.
super cool.
Yeah.
So check this out. You may recognize this headdress
from...
The
giant rocks.
Yes, the giant rocks.
Those really add to it, yeah.
Absolutely. But this headdress
part of your ensemble.
Was in Trailer 3. It looked really cool. You may have noticed Link using it on horseback, which was really neat. And I'm also going to switch up the pants real quick. I think
real quick, yeah. Can you go back to the headdress?
Oh, yeah,
so
sure.
we could look at the... so this is a new piece of armor, like you mentioned, but with it comes a new armor ability, that hot weather attack that's there. So there are going to be new armor abilities that are tied to new pieces of armor in this game.
So I've got a rock hammer, and you saw me break through some walls earlier. It takes a couple swing, but there is a more efficient way to do this. So we're going to switch on over to a two-handed weapon, a thick stick, and we're going to use fuse on this round rock over here. And
I just want to mention real quick, we're going to stay away from that because we know what happens when you get close to a like.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But look at this hammer, though. Look how much more efficient this is for digging.
Yeah.
Kind of getting through. I'm going to break this wall down just because I get really caught up in breaking
Go get
everything.
that. Go get that.
All right. I'm going to quietly.
So quiet.
Quietly. All right, come here. All right.
Nice.
It's a sticky lizard, so let's check out the description.
Yeah, you could see there, it says it could be an asset for a climber on wet surfaces if it were mixed into an elixir. So if you played Breath of the Wild, you know that climbing while it was raining could be a trying experience. So
That's
being
a nice
able
way to put it.
Yeah, being able to make an elixir to help with that is a big deal.
All right, so we're back to our like, which
friend.
We're going to try and avoid, and I'm going to switch shields because in a prior segment we showed you the spring Zonai device, and we showed, to spring you into the air. You can fuse it to a shield or to a weapon. I'm
right,
and back to my shield.
Enemies will bounce off of it when they attack it when it's on your shield.
Yeah. But if you shield surf, hang on. There we go.
Oh.
Hey. No way.
So cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too pogo.
It's like a big pogo stick.
Yeah.
The first time you showed that to me in the office, I shouted something really loud. I hope nobody was around.
Yeah. So
I was, Sam. I heard you.
I was there, and let me tell you, it was loud. So the bomb flower
I didn't know
picked
you
up.
could do that.
Yeah, I picked up a bomb flower, and you'll see here that you can fuse it to an arrow. And of course, there were bomb arrows in the previous game, but here you're improvising them with materials, which is all about fuse and what it does. I'm actually going to switch my shield back because there is an
nice that those bombs were there because it allowed you a different way to get through that wall.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, and you are really actually going to leave it alone this time.
Look at the little stone
These
pedlet.
little ones are super cute. They have really cute little legs, and Jose is going to kill it.
They are not going to survive.
Violently too.
Look, we're not here to make friends, all right? If it had been a little friendlier, maybe. If you want to save arrows, you can throw bombs instead, which I'm going to do here. You definitely want to keep an eye on arrows.
Stand back.
Yep, stand back, let it rip, let the explosion happen. All right, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is really cool. So this is clearly an existing structure that we're walking into now that someone has built.
No.
And this is like
Jose, no.
It's integrated into part of the cave system.
Yeah,
which is
this
neat.
is
Like you've kind of broken into this this
out.
area.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder like
Whoop.
what else you're gonna find down here.
Right.
I'll tell
Like
you
another
what,
like. Yeah.
No. Not dealing with that. But I am going to check what's in these rocks over here. Okay.
A conspicuous set of rocks.
Yep. And there's a chest. So let's just Ultra Hand. It's not just for attaching items.
Right.
Let me just pull this out.
There you go.
Put it over here.
I had that revelation when I was pulling rush rooms off of a wall with Ultra Hand. I was like, oh, I could just use it to reach things.
Oh yeah. That.
Oh, cool. And the item that you've just found.
Yes, the item that I just got is a pretty good charge sword that I like.
Yeah, it has an ability on it that charge attack stamina up.
Yep, very, very cool. And actually, before I try something on this, like I'm just gonna drop another sword over here. Yeah, I'm scheming. I just want this spear for later because it'll probably be helpful. So now I'm not gonna throw the sword. I promise. We just got that.
You're
Instead,
gonna throw meat.
I'm
So
all
you're gonna
about
throw a steak.
I'm all about the details in these games, and one of my favorite things is kind of experimenting with enemies and just to see what they respond to.
Yeah.
If you played Breath of the Wild, you know that they would respond to critters and things in the world. What you didn't know is that do enjoy their choice meats.
Oh, you're just running right up under him, huh?
But we're also experimenting to see how smart the like is.
Yes.
We're gonna
Let's
find
see.
out.
I suppose
We'll see. He's gotta finish eating that snack.
Well distracted.
And are you intelligent?
No.
Not very. Okay,
Not.
cool.
Right.
Oh, bye.
I mean, that's a classic way to attack a like.
Absolutely.
You know, in previous Zelda games, that's what you might do.
Jose.
What?
Jose.
If it doesn't swing, I'll leave it alone. Oh, never mind. This one.
They are enemies, Kendra. They will attack you.
I mean, a little. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna switch up my shield and my base weapon. I'm using just to show folks, extra durable wooden stick, which is gonna be useful because we have actually this blue rock over here is much more difficult to get through. It's just a little more resilient, and so in order to avoid that, and just to show folks, right, because we want to demonstrate this, you'll see that just a couple swings of this hammer, it's not breaking as quickly as it was earlier.
Right.
Yeah. So
We don't have time for that.
we don't.
No.
So I'm going to switch over to this stick. I'm going to go over to my Zonai devices, and I happen to have 2 cannons here. Actually, I have a bunch of cannons, but I'm going to take 2 of them out. I'm going to drop them right in front of me, and then I'm going to use fuse, and I'm going to make a cannon club and a cannon shield. And check me out. I am ready to dig.
That looks pretty sweet.
Really could look.
Only slightly ridiculous.
It's intense.
Mostly
Holy
very
shit.
Cool.
That's
You want to
intense.
stand back, or you can use the R button to throw. Instead, you'll aim the cannon shot, which I
Oh
think is
my
the better way to
God.
do this.
Yeah.
But you can also use your shield and just go out. And
Oh, I want to mention real quick, yes, Zonai devices are powered by your energy cell. And as you could see down there, we've expanded this energy cell, which is something that you're going to be able to do throughout the course of your game, is permanently upgrade the capacity of that energy cell.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we've got some enemies up here on a little bridge. I want to prepare for this because being prepared before battle is probably better than improvising as you go. I'm going to switch over to a two-handed. You could just run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm like,
could.
just
And I have.
charge.
Yeah.
Charge.
Here's my soldier's shield. I'm going to drop it. You may have seen this in the last trailer, specifically trailer 3 for Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
But you can now fuse a shield to a two-handed weapon. And what comes with this is actually super cool because you'll notice the ready stance is very different. It's more defensive. And so if I run up to this enemy right here, you'll see that when this Goblin takes a swing at me, I can block.
Yeah, that's really
Nice.
neat. Like we've seen how you could turn a shield into an offensive weapon in a previous segment by attaching materials or weapons to it, or even Zonai devices like the cannon that you have.
Yeah.
But by fusing that shield to your two-handed weapon, you now no longer have to sacrifice defense. Because if you remember, with a two-handed weapon before, you couldn't ready a shield. Because both of your hands were occupied.
Do it.
And now you have that defense.
And you can also play keep away.
Nice.
And done.
Bye.
All right.
But
So,
yeah, let's take a moment just to look at where we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
this
check
is a
it out.
really neat environment.
Well, and what I love is that you don't know what you're going to find as you continue spelunking through the cave, right? Like every single wall you break through brings you into a new area. There might be enemies, there might be treasure, there might be structures down there. So it's definitely very
Good stuff.
interesting checking out these different
agreed.
areas.
And
looks like it goes
Do
on
that.
too, but
It-
we're not going to go in
It
that
does.
direction.
I was like, yeah, we could We could definitely go there. But
To Kendra's point, even the enemies in this game are now treasures because of the materials that you can get from them and how you can use them in Fuse.
yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, the materials that you get from an enemy can now power up your weapons and make them really strong. So it's worthwhile to come down into these caves and to see what you can find.
Yeah, and I said this previously in our previous segment, but I am really stoked to see what people out in the world create. I just can't wait to see.
I want this
There's going to
arm.
be a lot of there's going to be a lot of contraptions out there.
Oh yeah, totally. Sorry.
Are you not grabbing that arm?
I am going to grab that arm.
Grab that arm.
And I'm going to use, 1 second. There it is. Ah, Ultra Hand. I can use Ultra Hand in so many different ways. I want to specifically fuse this to a sword, so I'm going to do that over here. Use my Knight's Broadsword, and if I get
Holy
it,
shit.
check that out.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Good reach.
Still wiggling around on the end
35.
there.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go back over here really quick. And
Slightly
boom.
sentient arm.
Ascend is so useful.
Dude,
It's so useful.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of my favorite things to use constantly in the game. Let me just use my rock
35
hammer again because I
That's
really want to check
nutty.
these ores. I'm all about like seeing what they drop.
You've gotten so much stuff down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's,
just-
and there's I know,
Peace,
I'm like,
peace.
there's even more.
Oh, Topaz, we got lucky. All right,
Yes.
so that's good. Just pick up all this bright bloom
Nice.
seeds.
Once again, we mentioned in a previous segment that the precious stones have elemental properties now, so they're not just useful for selling for rupees or upgrading equipment. Like now, you can use them to
them-
make really powerful weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say use
Oh,
them
yeah.
in battle.
Yeah, and I am especially a big fan of going after keys now, just given how many different. Don't hit me.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Your
Oh
shield.
no.
Oh
Your
no!
shield.
All right, this is bad. Wait.
Ready the cannon.
Oh, got
nice.
it. Okay.
Nice.
The shot against the wall. That's what did it. Totally planned. Let's break through this rock wall and just see what we find.
See what's
So,
back there.
should be some ore, I hope. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
And notice
Ooh,
that
we
the
got the
ore in the
gold.
middle,
Yeah, the gold sparkly ore.
yeah, which is a good chance for something good. Although sometimes I have been disappointed.
But we
Let's
should
see.
mention, yeah, you fused this stone to this weapon, and it's a really great smashing weapon, great for breaking rocks or mining.
Yep.
But one of the cool things about Tears of the Kingdom is that in Breath of the Wild, you would have had to dedicate space in your weapon stash to holding a smashing weapon.
Oh yeah.
And now you don't have to do that. You could just make one when you need it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
now we have made it to this point where obviously there's water, and we want to get beyond the water to, well, what lies beyond. And this is the perfect opportunity to introduce the brand new ability that I mentioned earlier on at the beginning, which is called auto build. So as the name
Yes.
implies, it automatically builds things for you. It is so amazing. You're going to want to use it a lot. But we'll just break down the menus for a second here. So we've got schematics, which you will find from side quests. You'll find them in treasure chests. You'll find them out in the world. And then we've got history, which is all the things that you've previously built. It'll hold up to 30 of those for you. And then finally, you can favorite things. You can favorite up to 8 things at a time, and then it pops up at the top of the menu. So Jose just favorited this little contraption that he's going to build to help us get across the water.
Yep. So just from an image, you're going to see that it needs a fan and it needs a control stick. And one way that you can use auto build is that you'll jump into your inventory, you'll take out the devices that you need for it. So these are Zonite capsules that I have. I'm going to just quickly drop them on the ground. And you know what? Just to switch things up a little bit, I'm also going to add a battery. The battery is super useful. It will basically power the device so that it doesn't have to use my energy cell.
Right.
Now I'm going to open up auto build again. Here I am staring at favorites. We know the boat that we want to make. So it's going to attach the 2 pieces, but notice that we don't have the board. However, there is a cost associated with sort of generating a material that you don't have. In this case, it's 3 Zonite.
And Zonite is a new material that you can find in the game.
Oh, yeah. And then quickly, you'll notice that it didn't grab the battery because that wasn't part of the design. But if I fuse it to
Attach
it,
that.
I get a little notification reminding me that now I can favorite that design instead, or the design's been changed and it's all part of my history, which is neat. So we've got a boat.
We've
And
got the
now-
boat.
Yeah, and we didn't have the building materials here in this cave to make this. But using auto build, we could generate the materials that we didn't have, like that wooden board. And you could see it has that light green color, and that's an indicator that that was made with Zonite and not with a real material that you had. So if you try and break it down...
Yeah, I could take the control stick off to
Yeah,
point.
you could take off the pieces that you had, but if you try and take off a piece that was generated with Zonite, it will disappear, like
Away it
Jose showed.
goes, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Whoa, so look at where...
Big cave.
Yeah. This big cavern here
Very
with a
ominous
giant,
feel.
giant pile of rocks in the center.
Yep. So I want to dig through that, but I don't want to use cannon clubs anymore. Let's improvise something really fast. We're going to take a spring, a battery, and a cannon, and we're going to make a turret. Somewhere.
Obviously, we're going to blow the rocks up because that's what you do down
Right.
here. You
Oh,
blow
yeah.
up rocks.
Yep. I'm going to switch to.
And you're
the
gonna do it
soldiers
efficiently.
here. Yes.
So-
trigger that because if I don't, this makeshift device is going to spring into the air and then start firing, and that's a hot mess.
Yeah.
So let's not do that.
We know what happens when you do that.
Well, so you're building this now, and obviously we just introduced you to auto build, but now you have built that, so that means that it's going to show up in your auto build history,
Yep.
which now allows you to, instead of having to recreate the same thing all over again from scratch, you just pop right into your auto build, pull up the history, and boom, you're going to make that right.
Right, and
Yeah.
even though you have a
Genius.
spring and a cannon and a battery in your inventory, because you haven't pulled them out ahead of time, now we're going to generate the entire device with Zonite. And you could see that the Zonite cost was a little bit higher there, but it's a really great way to be able to make one of these contraptions on the fly.
Yeah,
So
well, and consider what materials you want to use, right?
Right.
Like, do you want to expend the Zonite, or do you want to use what you've got on hand?
This is
Okay,
a very
and
efficient way
you've
to
got a
uncover
friend
Yeah,
under
a
here.
boss fight.
So those cannons made really quick work of that
They
rock.
did.
and we found underneath. We found a Stallnox.
All right, so I'm going to fuse some weapons really
Having
quick
a nap.
while
woke him
it
up from
figures
his
out
nap.
what it's doing. Yeah, it was having a nap. I agree.
Really was.
Yeah.
So a Stallnox is a returning boss from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep. And
But,
we'll take a good look at them.
And-
Yeah.
Cannons are doing some work though, which is helpful.
It looks a little
eye-
bit different.
I
Yeah.
was going to say the eye is very obviously the weak point. It's like the one squishy part of this creature. So we're going to see if we can get that eye to come out
All right,
by
trying to get
hitting
it.
him in the shin.
Oh, bird steps.
Thank goodness for the fairy.
Oh, this is okay. Got him the bus stop.
Get out.
That's good. I'm gonna run for it. Just
But you could see that cool new horn on top of his head, and that's a really useful material in fuse. Like, you can make a really powerful weapon.
oh yeah. Let's take a closer look real quick. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
And- oh, watch out.
Just throwing some ribs at you.
Yep, totally.
Like you
All right.
do.
Now digging out an explosive barrel, and we are gonna send that back because we don't want it.
Using recall.
Yes,
So
recall
nice.
is probably my favorite
Super
ability
cool.
in the game.
Oh, he's got another one.
Yep.
Yeah, so obviously you can see the way Jose is using, we used auto build, we're using recall, we're using many things at our disposal to attack this very large
Fuse.
creature.
Hey, and we
Nice.
got the eyeball out.
So
All right.
yeah, as Kendra mentioned, the eyeball is the weak spot. And
Get it into the water.
and when you hit
Yes.
it with a dead-on shot like that, it'll pop out, and it has its own health bar. And if you can get that health bar down, then you'll win the
Yep.
battle.
Bye-bye Stallnox. Instead, we're going to use it as a distraction because we're a little short for time.
Yeah.
Put a bomb on a shield earlier, and I just wanted to use it
Nice.
for style.
Very
Get out of here.
stylish.
Yeah, bombs on shields are really helpful, and
Yeah.
it's
We-
not
we
just
don't-
for shield surfing.
I was gonna say we don't have time to hang out with this Stallnox who we very rudely awakened
Yeah.
from
The
his
Stallnox-
slumber.
It has a lot of health. We don't have a lot of time.
Well, that piece of material, we actually have one. Sam, what's the story on this?
Yeah, so
Sam, tell us
so
a story,
if
Sam.
you were to defeat that Stallnox, you would get a Stallnox horn. You would get this material. We got this one. We put it in our inventory ahead of time, probably from that Stallnox's brother in a different cave.
Yep,
but
yep.
but take a look at it. When you fuse it to a weapon, not only does it look really neat, you got these
Okay, but
shattering
can we?
skulls.
Yeah, I was like, can we
Oh, okay.
just turn
Let's get
around because we
moving.
know
Gotta
he's
go.
close.
Yeah.
But look at what quick work this Stallnox horn fused to a weapon is making with these blue rocks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. This is
Okay,
absolutely
and
the reason.
that hole is definitely not big enough for that Stallnox to
Yeah,
crawl
we're
through.
safe. We're
Yeah.
safe. Just gotta hope that
He's trying to
they go away.
take revenge for
He's
his
doing-
brother that you took out,
Yeah.
man.
All right, so you'll.
But yeah, now we're in this cool new cave that's like filled with luminous stone. It's got all this
Explosions are
moss.
happening. Fine.
Got all this moss covering the walls. Like, it's really cool down here.
Well, and this is all, a bunch of this is going to be ore that you can
Right.
mine and...
Yeah, but we could take stock for a moment of
Oh,
all this
shit.
that we've just found in one cave.
Yeah,
Like,
no, we've
I
been
mean,
down
we
here
found
for a
some great
minute.
mining. We found some treasure.
Mm-hmm.
We found a boss fight.
And we
And
found more
now-
enemies.
Yep. So this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
horror. Who wants to set this up?
Yeah, so these are new enemies in Tears of the Kingdom, and you typically find them in cave or dark environments, and they're really aggressive. You could see them crawling around on the ceiling up there. They're really difficult to reach as a result of that, and they'll sit up there and they'll pelt you with rocks.
Yep.
And we're just going to enter into their home
Yeah.
and shake things up a little bit. That's kind of like, I feel like that's the theme of this
Just
one. Just like
stirring it up and then
just
walking
entering
away.
people's homes, waking
Oh,
them up
yeah.
from naps, you know.
Check out this spear that I made though. Spear
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
so I
Okay,
can
that
reach
has
them.
long, yeah, that has long range for sure.
Ooh, can you poke them off the ceiling?
I'm gonna try. Please don't hit me.
Nice work.
All right. That looks painful.
Hold
Yeah,
this tush.
Does not like to be on the ground,
All right, now
clearly.
let's grab the choo-choo jelly. Just
Oh,
because
Oh,
nice.
nice.
why not freeze? And let's take this one for a ride, actually. So we've got a board guster here. I gotta watch it though. This enemy has
Oh,
friends,
they're tossing rocks.
and they're gonna toss rocks at me.
Bye.
Instead, I'm gonna
Where
hit
were
this
you?
enemy with the Stalnox Crusher we were using a second ago. The
Oh,
Smasher.
nice. Okay.
Just to show how much damage that will do.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
man.
definitely a good mark. All right.
Not a
and-
good
Home
day for this
invasion? Yeah.
Oh, don't go. There we go.
Nice.
All right,
Wow.
got one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What's your
Thanks,
favorite?
Jose.
Still
What's
a
your
stuff,
favorite,
and-
Chrissy?
oh, another one's here.
What's your move?
I think it's time to leave.
Yeah, these
Gonna run
these
for it.
horriblins have run. they have a fair bit of health, and again, we don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the exit.
So yeah, we've obviously been down in this cave for quite some time. I have no idea how much time, no idea, but it's been a while. And super cool thing Jose is going to show now is that no matter how far into a cave you are, you can use Ascend to get out of that cave. So you don't necessarily have to backtrack all the way back from where you came. You can pop up using Ascend. You can check it out and be like, okay, where am I now? Do I want to get out
Yeah.
here? Maybe not. And then you can go back down and keep exploring. I just feel like that's so awesome, especially
Yeah.
considering how very expansive these caves are. The ability to do that is kind of a game changer.
And speaking to that, yeah, there is more to this cave that we haven't shown.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it keeps going.
It keeps going, but yeah, we are just about out of time. So we're gonna call it there. But thank you so much for taking us on that adventure, Jose.
100%.
So fun. And yeah, thanks for checking out Auto Build with us and all that there is down in the caves. Obviously, you're going to be able to explore much more on your own. Stick around. We've got more coming after this. Thank you so much. Bye.
Goodbye.
Auto build's gonna be very interesting to use auto build. I'm really excited for that. But before we move on to our final segment, we have one last representative from the development team here with us today, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series, Eiji Aonuma. Welcome. And we have Ethan joining us as well to translate. Now, how does it feel to be in New
Oh, I
York?
love his pins.
ニューヨークにいてどの感想でしょうか。
ニューヨークは私今タイムスクエアっていうところに来てるわけですけど、タイムスクエアのビルボードにね、大きなサードトレーラーが表示されてて、あそこにそういうものが表示されるって僕ら映画の中でしかほとんど見たことがないので、そんなところに自分が作ったゲームのね、トレーラーが流れる本当夢みたいです。
Well, we've been around Times Square and we were able to see the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom advertisement featuring some scenes from the trailer on this massive billboard, and it really surprised me. I mean, in Japan, you usually only see scenes like that in a movie theater, and I've never been in a place where I've seen a game that I've worked on up on a huge billboard like that. It was incredible.
There is a reason why it's called the Big Apple. Like to put things big up in Times Square.
Big asshole.
ニューヨークはビ
That's
ッ
me.
グアップルとして呼ばれてるんですけど、そのために今全部がビッグになってるんですね。
なるほど。
Now, with that, the game has been out in Japan. Have you seen any interesting things that fans have been talking about, maybe on social media?
ゲームはすでに日本でローンチされていると思うんですけれどもSNS 等で日本のファンたちから何か面白いことをピックアップされているんでしょうか。
もう本当にツイッターにたくさんの自分がこんなの作ったよっていうウルトラハンドでもの作れますけどそれを自分なりにこんなの作ったよってどんどん上がってきてて中にはですね始まりの空島でほとんどそんな何か組み立てるようなものがないんだけどそこら辺にある木箱とかそれから板切れとかあとねフックみたいのがあるんですけど落ちてるんですけどそれを組み合わせて巨大なロボット作ってる人がいてびっくりしました。
Yeah, I mean, I've been checking a little bit, and fans in Japan are already hard at work. And one thing I saw was there was a fan who was on Great Sky Island near the beginning of the game in an area where they had gotten the ability Ultra Hand, and they had found some boxes and boards and some hooks that were laying around, and they'd already put them together to build this crazy-looking giant robot.
あとねもう一つ今日本ではゼルダ休みっていうワードがですねトレンドに上がっていてこれどういう意味かっていうとゼルダを遊ぶために会社休むっていうことなんですけどそれを最近は会社が認めてくれるらしいんですねそんなことになってんだってちょっと驚きました。
And one other thing, I also noticed that there's a term trending on Twitter in Japan called the Zelda break or Zelda vacation, which is something that apparently fans have taken up and saying, that they're going to take the day off. And I've even heard there are cases where certain companies are allowing this. And I saw this kind of thing and was super surprised.
Are you going to take a Zelda vacation?
これからも青沼さんもゼルダ休み取るんですか？
僕は作る人ですから休んでたら作れないんで。
I'm somebody who makes the game, so if I'm taking a break, the games don't get made.
All right, that is fair. That is fair. Speaking of games that you've made, what are some games that you've worked on?
ゲームを作るという話題を続いてゲーム青沼さん自体が手がけたゲームについてちょっと説明していただけますか？
そうですね私が一番最初に手がけたゼルダのゲームっていうのはゼルダの伝説時のオカリナっていうね今から数えると25年も前になってしまいますけど任天堂64のタイトルを作った時なんですね。
Well, I mean, this is kind of going a ways back, 25 years ago to the time of the Nintendo 64, but the first Legend of Zelda game that I worked on was called The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time.
そこからディレクションをいくつかしましたけどその後にウィンドウェーカーを作ってそこでディレクション一旦やめてプロデューサーになったんですね。で以降はずっとプロデューサーとしてこのゼルダを作ってます。
And so then after that, I worked as a director on a number of games in the series up until the time of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And so that was the last game that I was the director on. And then going forward after that, I've been the producer on a number of titles.
And one of those titles, of course, is Tears of the Kingdom. And, we're seeing from the Treehouse Live segments that there are many new systems and layers to the game. So how did the development team manage to blend all of these together?
今日のトゥイハウスライブを見て明らかになったのは、Tears of the Kingdom に新しいシステムやいろんな組み合わせ要素が入ってるんですけれども、開発チームではどのようにそういった組み合わせた要素を融合させてなのでしょうか？
今作の代表的なものとものと組み合わせて新しい道具を作るっていう遊びはですね私がこのタイトルを続編にしようと考えていた時に同じことを考えていた藤林さんから提案されたものだったんですね。
Well, I think one of the really representative gameplay elements of this game is this concept of taking one object and another object and putting them together to create something new. And this was something that Mr. Fujibashi actually suggested to me at one point. And it was around the same time that I was wondering, if we should make this next game a sequel. And it turned out he was actually thinking something along the same lines.
でね、それはね、前作のエンジンの上ですでに今のような遊びがですね、もう再現できてたんですね。なのでこの遊びが続編を制作するのを決定づけたものになりました。
But what's kind of incredible was already at that time he had come up with gameplay based around that theme that I just mentioned of bringing things together to create something new. In a way that actually quite resembled some of the gameplay we've seen here tonight, that early in the process. But this was something that used the game engine from the previous game. And when we had gotten to that point, I realized, like, oh, okay, I think this is what set us on the path to make this game a sequel.
でね、その後はその遊びを軸にして、ね、空と大地っていうね、縦方向にこう拡張させたゲームのその間をこう行き来するような能力として通れるとか戻れこっていうのが考案されてですね、よりプレイヤーに自由な選択肢を与えるゲームになっていったっていう流れなんですね。
So, then along the way, we took that gameplay idea as kind of our core. And then as we continued development, we came up with additional abilities like Ascend and Recall. And these were things that, allow the player to go back and forth between this kind of world that's been newly expanded on the vertical axis. And I think once we added elements like that, we kind of wound up with a game that really expands the player's freedom of choice and the things that they can choose to do in the game.
There's lots of choice in this game, and there's also a couple surprises because, if you could share anything about the story development or the story that the development team hoped to tell through these gameplay decisions that you made, like maybe with the relationship between Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf.
ゲームプレイもすごいと思いますが、ストーリー性もいろいろサプライズが待っていると思いますが、そのストーリー性について語っていただけないでしょうか。それとゲームプレイとそのストーリーについて決定したことはゲームプレイの決定をどのように影響されていることを説明していただけないでしょうか。
ゼルダの伝説ってゼルダとそれからリンク、それからガノンドルフっていうね、この3人の関係性が物語として描かれることが多いんですけれども、前作もねガノンドルフは厄災っていう形でしたけど、そういう形で登場してこの3人の関係を描いたものになっていたんですよね。でも今作ではね、この3人の関係性をより発展させた物語が展開します。でその先の展開はですね、ぜひ皆さんの目でゲームをプレイして確認してみてほしいと思います。
Well, I mean, when you're kind of thinking of the story of The Legend of Zelda, a common reoccurring theme is the kind of three pillars that are the characters of Link and Zelda and Ganon, and they often come up again and again. And that's something that's true about the previous game as well. Ganon showed up in that game as the Calamity, and Link and Zelda were there as well, and that was kind of the shape of their relationship in that game. And in this game, I think that players will find we're expanding a little bit on that relationship between Link and Zelda and now Ganondorf. And there will be further developments that I think players will be able to experience, but I'd like them to experience those things themselves, and so I'm looking forward to them playing the game.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. We're all looking forward to diving in. Now, I wanted to ask, there's so many people that are involved in making Tears of the Kingdom. Any final messages the development team wants to share with the players and fans?
Tears of the Kingdom ほどの大きなゲームに数多くの人が携わることになると思いますが、開発チーム全体を考えて何か最後のメッセージをお願いできますでしょうか。
はい、今作でね、開発チームが一番力を入れたのは、このゲームの中でユーザーの皆さんの発見とひらめきをできる限り実現できるようにすることでした。ね、空とそして大地とへ広がる世界で皆さんの自由なこれできるかなっていうそういう思いをですね、思う存分楽しんでもらえると嬉しいです。
So I think it's fair to say that one of the things the development team poured the most of their effort into in creating The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was to create a world in which players had the ability to come up with ideas and make discoveries, and then also were given the freedom to realize and actualize those discoveries and ideas that they had. And if people, it's our hope that when people play this game, that they will be filled with those types of ideas and also have, the opportunity to realize them and wonder as often as they possibly can. I wonder if I could, that kind of thing.
And I'm guessing you had a lot of those moments where you're wondering if you could as well.
青沼さんがプレイしている間にできるかなっていう瞬間もたくさんあったのでしょうね。
はい。たくさんありました。
Yes, I did. I had many of them myself.
Well, thank you so much, Ayonuma-san, Ethan, for joining us. It was a pleasure. And remember, we are still counting down to the release of Tears of the Kingdom. And we have one more final look at the game from the Nintendo Treehouse team before launch. Let's see what they have to show.
Hello, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Gabriel, and I'm joined by Kay and Billy, and we're going to be playing some more The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And specifically, we're going to show off this cool new feature called Raids, where you're able to fight alongside NPCs. Kay, want to show us?
Sure. So we're here in the Faron Grasslands, and you can see a group of NPCs hanging out, and they're looking at this kind of piratey-looking ship thing. And there are some monsters aboard that look like they're up to no good. So let's go check in with Captain Flaxel. Here she is. And she is the captain of what we call a monster control crew, one of 3 that have been sent out to get rid of some monsters. Cool. So she's going to explain now that they came here to clear out the ship, but they can't get across to the ship because the bridge is broken. So we'll come over here and take a look. Yeah, that's pretty broken. So we actually, with Ultra Hand, have the power to help them reach the ship. We could also just jump over there and take out all the monsters ourselves, but where's the fun in that? And I like to, fight with
Team player.
Yeah, I like some backup. I like to share the glory. So before we go across, I'm actually going to pull out some stuff from my inventory, and because I have a bunch of weapons and shields that are primed for fusing. So let's take one of these, and let's see, one of these, and one of these.
I love it because Kay has a very clear vision right now.
I do, and these are some of my favorite things to fuse to weapons and stuff. So I've already got fuse out. We're going to put this puff shroom on my shield. If you saw the presentation from Mr. Aonuma, you saw that he did that too, and it was really cool. I'm going to put this bokoblin horn on my sword to give it a little bit extra punch. And then I've got this Ice Breath Lizalfos horn. It's like one of my favorite things. And I'm going to put it on this spear. There. Nope. There we go. And I will showcase this a little bit later. This is actually, it looks really cool. Really awesome. I will showcase that later. We're going to start with my Blue Boko Reaper and my Puffshroom Shield. Now, let's go ahead and, oh, wait, one more thing. One more thing. I am going to pull out this shield. I have a Zonite shield here. This one is really handy if you have Zonite devices to fuse to it. Gives them a little extra something. So I'm going to put a spring on this shield as well. You might have seen in previous segment how great those types of shields are. So we're going to just save that for later as well. All right.
Prepping for big encounters like this can be super helpful.
Yeah. And of course, as you defeat enemies and they drop things, you can also like fuse on the fly. So I left some of my weapons open for that because I think they might have some nice powerful horns that we might want to use later. So here I fixed the bridge with fuse by attaching one end to the other, and Flaxel is very excited.
She's like, what the fuck?
She's about to send her monster control crew into battle. You're welcome, Flaxel. Now let's do this.
Look at that. Look at that energy. Look at that hype.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Charge! Okay, single file, please. There we go. I'm going to help them out a little bit to start by throwing something. Let's throw a Puffshroom. Just. Oh. Well, no. That's not very helpful. Sorry, guys.
So good to know that the smoke affects everyone, not just baddies.
Yep.
You know what?
So want to be careful about that.
Yep, and they're actually also just being super cautious because they can't see anybody. So, but now we've got some people in battle already. Look at them go. Yeah, that's great. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do, actually, I think I'm going to get some height first. I like to, my play style for battles like these is to get some high ground, get a good view of the battlefield, and then I like to rain arrows from above.
That's a good strategy.
Right, and they seem to have gotten most of the melee under control. So I'm going to jump from here, and I'm going to target this moblin here in the middle with one of my other favorites, a muddle bud. This new material is going to confuse the poor deer, and I got the problem too. And now they're going to start, fighting on our side.
While he had that slowed down, I was just looking at all the different enemies and like, I want to steal that part. I want to steal that part. I want to fuse that part.
That's
like,
true.
listen, that moblin that's helping you now, like, they have a huge horn that I feel like you absolutely need.
We will get it. We will get it done. So I don't know if you saw that, but I put my shield out and somebody hit it, and then they definitely exploded my mushroom. So that's gone now, but that's fine. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I definitely want to see you use the spring shield.
Yeah, well, I was gonna try and, bump them off of the thing, but I think this might be a good opportunity to get a little bit more air.
Okay.
So.
Oh my god.
And I
Beautiful.
know we saw what happens when you fuse a gemstone onto a sword. Ooh. That's what happens when you blow yourself up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get some food real quick.
And that's why
Good
food
timing.
is that was nice save.
You know, that could have gone better, but at least we neutralized the problem, and I think this is a great time to bring out my spear to help our friends. There you go. Get him. Get him.
Beautiful.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Yeah. Yeah. Where are you going?
I really do like the idea of just fighting alongside other citizens of Hyrule, right? Like this is.
Who? What? Where did you come from?
A joint effort.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around and freeze everybody and open up some shots for my friends.
Those moblins really like chucking everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, they're kind of problem. But this bokoblин's on our side over here. This, we're doing pretty good. Do we have any of those nice horns that we can poach while they're busy? Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Is there one over there?
Yeah, I think
you're right.
Oh, there's
yes. Yep. That's a big one.
That's one of the moblins. Yeah. So we're gonna actually put that on this. Oh, thank you.
Sir, excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm a little busy. That's not what I want. Get out of here. I'm going to hit you with this fang on my sword. All right, let's try that again. Luckily, it's very easy to get rid of things when you are in the middle of combat and have to fuse something in a pinch. There we go. Now I've got a nice hammer.
Yeah, that added some serious...
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
Sweet.
All right, you, sir, are a problem.
You missed.
You missed. See, that's how you hit somebody
Yep.
with an arrow. Oh my gosh!
There we go.
Ooh, okay. Yep, that's a problem. You know what? I think he's going to throw that bokoblin at me. All right. Let's try this again. I'm going to come up here. Oops. Up. Thank you.
Ascend can really get you out of some precarious situations.
It's really handy. It really, really is. Especially on stages like this where there's a lot of vertical platforms and places to climb up and hide. And I think I'm going to take a page out of Billy's book and just
blow things up.
It works.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's get my ice spear out again. Yeah, get him. Yeah.
Definitely
Teamwork.
appreciate how versatile Ascend is.
It's very helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've just got this guy.
Flint club.
Yeah, I don't think so. Nice shot. Get him. Yeah. We were all holding our breath. Like, do it, do it, do it.
One more.
Oh,
You missed.
I love that you hyped him up, set him up
You
for
know,
success.
sometimes you just gotta,
And take matters into your own hands.
you just gotta help a fella out. So that was the first raid here that we have to show, and Flaxel is very happy for our help. She's gonna reward us with a little bit of monetary happiness. There we go, a nice pretty silver rupee. She's also going to explain that they are going to head up to the Hebra region next, because there is a enemy encampment up there that they have to clear out next. And we are going to follow them.
Nice.
Yeah, so while I get that set up, what do you guys want to see me fuse next?
Oh, listen, okay, I have requests. I want Alazalfa's tail on a sword. That's one of my favorite fusions. And I think you should use electricity or something fun like that.
Okay. Yeah, different element. We haven't seen any of that yet in this segment. I could make that work. How about you, Billy?
Springs are fun.
Springs are a lot of fun.
Springs are fun.
You know what's extra fun?
What is extra fun?
Stacking springs.
Oh, please show us.
I will.
I'm very excited to see what you have.
Yeah,
I
look at
will.
that.
All right, so let's see. You wanted a tail on a sword,
Yes,
which, you know what, let's just open. Oh, I'm cold. I need to put some warm clothes on anyway. Let's do that. There we go. And let's do...
First and foremost, you got to be fashionable, and then you find everything else.
You got to match.
Yeah.
Let's do the ice one, because I just love fighting with ice. It makes it a lot easier to control when there's a lot of enemies around.
Yeah. It's a good strategy.
So we're going to take that out. We're going to put that on... Let's put it on this one. Actually, let's put it on my Lizzle boomerang. Talk about matching, right? There we go. The tails on weapons are great because it gives you a little bit of extra reach. And this one has an element as well.
Sweet.
Oh, that's
Right?
Right? It's pretty good.
Favorite.
And then we want... Springs are great, so I'll put a spring on this one. And then what also is great are rockets.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
So I'm going to take a rocket out, and I'm going to take a spring out.
Just making a little yard sale here.
You have got that right. Okay, so we're going to put that one on here. And, oops, nope, this menu here. And we're going to put this one on here. And we're going to save both of those for later.
I'm very excited.
Okay,
So where are we
so
going?
I have my horse out here, Marble, waiting so faithfully for me. But I think this is also a great time first to eat a snack.
Good call.
More prepping.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then I want to show off something I made earlier using auto build. Well, I used Ultra Hand to build it before, and now I've saved it as a favorite in my build history. Here it is. I built a little airplane.
Oh, sweet.
So we're gonna fly by in style and maybe get an aerial view of this place that we're meant to be raiding.
It's really convenient to have those, things, be able to rebuild things that you've already built before so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so
And now I'm
genius.
just taken to the skies. Here we go.
I will compliment the symmetry
Yes.
in this
Some of
design.
us know
It's
how to
really
build
good.
things that look actually
Listen,
really
some
good.
of us have a different vision, but okay.
Okay,
Still.
I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Smoke in the
Just
distance.
taking the scenic route.
And this is something to be said when you're out exploring Hyrule. And this was true of the last game, but if you see a plume of smoke in the distance, there's generally something to be found there. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have some charges because my batteries are running out. Unless I don't have any. Oh, they're there. I'm just going to kind of eat a bunch of these. Well, not eat them, but use them. Just to give myself a little extra battery power here. You can see there's the fortress.
Oh, nice aerial view.
Yeah.
And I see that there's two sections of it.
There it is. I'm about about to crash land, so I'm just gonna kind of take it slowly over here. Okay, fail. It's fine. Hello, Korok.
friend.
This is great. So this is the fortress we're gonna take on. And I would love, this is a great opportunity to jump down and just really surprise them. But I am a team player, so I actually want to go check in with Captain Black Soul first. So we're going to do that.
It's not a bad idea just to get an idea of what you're about to head
There is a
into.
boss bokoblin in there. I don't know if you guys got a good look at it when I was looking, but that's those guys are a little bit meaty.
It's a big boy.
Try to befriend him.
I could. I generally do try to do that because
Get the biggest baddie on your side.
Yep. All right, I think we're about around to the front. Did I go the long way?
It's the scenic route. Look at all those
I
spikes.
did take the scenic route. I think I
Look
ran
at all
right
those
past them.
spikes.
They are over in the trees. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just taking a look.
Just showing off this.
There they are.
Magnificent construction.
And as I'm a big fan of snow, just hearing this music again is just so good.
There's the entrance. Okay. Hey guys, I was just taking a recon pass, seeing what we're up against. It's nice that they waited for us, but Flaxel's going to explain that there's a giant iron ball there. It's a little hard to see with the current atmosphere, but they're not sure how to get past it. They're worried about the ball being released and crashing down. So I'm also a little worried about that, but I have an idea. Something that might help me get past. Something else that I built.
What you got?
What?
What is... Huh.
So this is, well, you'll see.
There's so many...
I don't even know.
I don't,
shit.
right? I'm so excited.
Actually put it down backwards. I took a little bit of inspiration from the three-headed dragons that you see in the trailers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build one that was my own.
Oh,
so here we go. Here we go. Let's just go take some guys out.
Yes.
Hopefully my
You don't
brothers-
understand
Get
the
him,
joy
get
I
him,
feel in my
get him.
heart.
I'm just, yep, they're all scared. And I'm just lighting everything on fire. That was one way to clear.
That was so good.
Now they all know I'm here. Okay, hi.
Please
Hello.
take the spiky
Hello.
ball.
I will, but at first I'm gonna just get out of the way.
Another
'cause I'm being
fantastic
chased.
use of Ascend to
Thank
just,
you.
you know.
I'm gonna just take this iron ball and let my friends in. If I can reach it from here. Can I? Nope. Okay, well, there's more than one way to do this. Let's get this thing and we'll just... Mine now.
Beautiful.
Come on in, guys. The party's starting without you. Okay, the other thing I would like to do...
Ooh, I like where you're going with this. Oh, I don't know. I don't.
Oh. That feels dangerous.
Yeah, it sure does.
I'm so excited.
Fly!
Oh my god. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now they blow the horn. Though.
Now they blow the
I
horn.
feel like
They're like,
that-
this person is not...
I mean, we learned that the Billy way is to, like, you know, announce yourself in a big way.
I mean,
and-
isn't that what I've been doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Making an impression.
We're gonna just, like, you guys need to just chill out, all right?
Truly.
You too. All right. That could have gone better, but we're still alive. Actually,
I think
can
you're
use
doing
this
great.
blade.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's actually not. Let's do the shield for a bit. Come on. Come on.
I do appreciate that, like, since you made all these things, you had them ready, you just have all these, just different things to play with and adapt to.
It is
to
nice
battle.
to, it is really nice to come in and just have a lot of options at your disposal. He's just having a time. I have another thing that I'd like to make while I'm here.
Oh, yeah?
You know, and this is the beauty of auto build. Building these things by hand would take a really long time. This one. But now I can just build it right here in the midst of everybody. And go.
What is that?
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's kind of a dance party.
It is kind of a dance party.
A lethal dance party, but you know.
I love it.
That's great.
Okay, it's draining my battery now, and I don't really like that, so we're gonna do that.
That was so good. You see how much damage you did? Look at the.
Seriously.
That was really good. All right,
Really good.
I'm gonna.
So many fun ways to get that
All
like,
right.
aerial advantage.
We're gonna
Truly.
We're gonna try this again. Yeah. That worked out.
2 for 1 there.
Let me see. Let's just do one of these for Billy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I know what you like.
Wow, like they don't at this point they haven't even been able to get near you.
Yeah,
Like,
this is how I prefer to do it.
Yeah, no, it's
Hand-to-hand combat's a little tricky. But now that we are outnumbering these guys, yeah, get him. Tail whip.
Well, and your friends are also, you know, taking the attention off of you as well,
Which is part of what makes these raids so great. No. Ah! You know what? You're fired. Get him! Get him!
I love you icing them to like set them up for the homies.
Yeah. That's part of what's great. Oh, there's still one more. Here. All right, guys, you got it.
I think there's one up.
Is there one more? Oh, you're right.
back.
Okay, let's go, team.
That one's like, saw what you made. And that one's like, no.
That macabre was
I'm
like,
good.
yeah, it's like, yeah, I want none of this.
Let's see if we can pull this off again.
Oh my god.
What should we
Out
do
with a
this
bang.
time? Oh, you did say you wanted shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, did I shock you?
Nice. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
That was really good.
That couldn't have gone better if I planned it.
That was great.
Really good. I appreciated all the different uses of Ascend and just like the arsenal of like options that you had at your disposal.
Yeah, and
that was so great.
it's really fun to play with all the different types of materials and figure out, you know, what your play style is and what things you like to do the best. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that's all the time we have for today. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you're just as excited as we are to play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom very, very soon.
Thank you to the Nintendo Treehouse team for really giving us those glimpses into the game before launch, because we are moments away from the launch of the highly anticipated game, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And of course, I'm here with the really Scorn Master Sword. We're not used to seeing it like this. What happened? I don't know. You're gonna have to play the game and find out why it's like this. As well as we have fans. You could hear them already making noise outside because they just want to get their hands on the game. As a fan, we know that we have been highly anticipating this sequel to the game. Let's hear them. Yeah, you can hear them. They're chanting. There's so much excitement. And it's not just a game that they're going to be able to get their hands on. It's also merchandise as well. We have some sweaters that are available at midnight and this really cool mug that has some Zion, the Disgraded sword, as well as like, it's actually pretty heavy. So I feel like I'm gonna have to grab that one as I go. There's a lot to see, and there's just moments away. What you can't hear, I don't know if you could actually hear this, but in the store, they're playing Tears of the Kingdom music to set the right atmosphere, because guess what? The doors are about to open. We are moments away. Let's get a shot. Who are going to be the first fans that walk in? Here we go. We're getting them to come in very shortly. They're getting their QR codes on My Nintendo. A user ready to go coming into that store. And I'm just curious, when we drop into the game, are you going to be going on a Zelda vacation? I think a lot of the fans here are planning it because they've been waiting for a few days outside. So it's only right that you just top that moment off with a vacation as well. Yeah, exactly. Now, I think what we're going to see is how the fans just come together as a community. That's one thing that we got to see when we were on the streets with them is just their pure fandom. Some of them are in cosplay. Some of them are holding up signs with their favorite characters as well. And really, they're just as excited as all of us to dive into Hyrule one more time for the near future, at least. Now, for all of you at home watching, I'm really curious to know, what are you most excited for in Tears of the Kingdom? For me, I want to learn about the ancient tribe, the Zonai, and really understand the story that that's going to bring and the relationship between Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Let's see the fans come in with all the excitement. That is right. We're seeing them come in, and we also see a Master Sword also giving them the power to get their hands on the game, because it is out now. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is ready in the Nintendo eShop store, as well as in stores like right here at the Nintendo New York store. So we're gonna wait here and hopefully see the first fan to get their hands on a copy of Tears of the Kingdom. Let's have a look. You could see all of the excitement. The smiles are big. And
No. Alright, I will be right back.